hate it, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball, I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say, I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life, I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this, go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Hey, please don't play no games with me, I promise I'm too much. Hey, I can never let up even if you had enough. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough. I had enough, it ain't luck. I needed a vision, I needed ambition, I needed a mission to beat in submission with no intermission. I see the collision, the crash in the distance, they coming off track, no. Now when they ask what's the motive, don't talk about the show them. They all about to see what I mean in the moment. I gotta keep going, I'm shaking the dice and I'm keeping it rolling, they already know. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play it. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Cause it can get big right. Yeah. Gotta aim for the top like, hold up, yeah. I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles that I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy, the riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me. Putting on for my city like OAGZ. Set the pace as long as you finish. Consumers find a way inside your business. Babble if they try to dabble in it and they hate the fact that they may have to witness. You try to aim for the top like this and you're in your element with a fire like this. And they hoping you fall and they praying you miss, but it's all in the risk. I got you with the switch, you know. I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas. 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Flow is like water. I'm forced through the fire. I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth. Following God and you grinding. You do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center. Word to Spike Lee. And God came in the nick of time. They think I'm crazy, but I might be. Let's run it up, run it up, run it up. We beating the odds just to sum it up. You know it's a rap, never waistlines, and I'm cutting the weight like a tummy tuck. That mean I'm about to give it out right now. You see what's coming down the line, I never pipe down. I give 100% and be trying to stun on my enemies. In my element as crazy as that might sound. I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas. 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element. Never switch up. Never switch up. Never switch up. Never switch
My bad, everybody. I had the mute button on. My bad. I had the mute button on. Am I good now? Am I tapped in? Am I tapped in? Y'all can hear me? Are we good? Good. Yeah, man, we talked about this yesterday, man. Salute to everybody who's in the building, man. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. We got a lot to talk about tonight, obviously, right? Almost don't have a lot to talk about, but we do have a lot to talk about. This right here, we're going to have to peel back the layers on this one right here. Because since I've been creating content in the boxing space, and maybe since I've been a real boxing fan, I don't think I've ever seen something as diabolical as what just happened today. And this is what it comes down to when we're talking about the problem with the current boxing space. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis, shout out to Shakur, Stevenson, Devin Haney, Tank Davis, this whole generation that we're coming from, right? And shout out to Devin Haney. Shout out to Devin Haney, shout out to Bill Haney. No matter what anybody wants to say about Bill and Devin, I can never imagine what we just saw happen today happening. They may literally be the last bit of this dying breed to a certain degree. The rest of the game may need to go away, right? Shout out to Abdullah Mason. Shout out to all the up and coming fighters who I hope can look at this moment right now and really, really see this moment and see what they never want to look like. The paydays, the prize fighting, all those different layers that us as fans, we should never really get into the business of having those conversations. But this is what boxing has come to, right? This is where we are today. So news rolls out. Keyshawn Davis decides that he's going to bow out of this situation. Shakur Stevenson is in a Twitter war right now with the space, with Bill Haney. He's trying to find his way to separate from the situation. It's not me. That's him. I can't. No, Shakur. No, Shakur. Respectfully, I still think you're one of the best fighters in the world, maybe even the best fighter in the world. But you can't separate yourself from it right now. You put yourself into it. You see, you linked up hip to hip with your brother, and you said you love your brother more than anything. And you put it on him, and you said you wasn't going to move forward without his blessing. So guess what? Here goes the reality of group economics. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. Bad boys for life, right? So this is on your shoulders as well. And we got to have some conversations tonight, because the conversations have to go into the direction of, first of all, what Keyshawn has done, how we looking at Keyshawn. But also, we will have to have a conversation about what's next. What is next for Shakur, for Devin, for Keyshawn? What is next? See, in the beginning of this conversation, Shakur, you had some leverage. You definitely did, right? You definitely had a good arguing point to say that you're a 135-pounder who challenged yourself at 140 and going to 147 didn't make sense, right? You didn't even have more. You didn't even have a title defense at 140 yet. So if Devin wanted to fight, for sure, Devin had to take that into consideration. I mean, you can go back into the archives of my videos. I explained all this. I'm not going to lay it down again. But things have changed a little bit, haven't they? You put your eggs in that basket and you bet on your brother. Shit, I bet on your brother. I ain't going to lie to you. I bet on your brother. I thought Keyshawn would never go out like this. I remember when Keyshawn was trying to get a fight with Teofimo Lopez and said, I know I'm the B-side. I'll take whatever you want. I'll go fight you in Honduras. Remember that, Keyshawn? You were ready to go fight Teofimo because you knew you needed the opportunity. You knew you brought nothing to the table. And here this situation goes with Devin Haney. and you find yourself in a position to where you've maneuvered yourself into the WBO rankings, petitioned Gustavo Olivieri to become the mandatory, ran all the way across the media space with campaigns that you were searching for Debo and he was going to hit him with the brick. And what happened with Debo? He got hit with the brick. And you sold this all, bro. You sold this all. You did a great job. You sold the living daylights out of this situation. And then we come down to this point right now. We haven't heard from you. All we get is you decide to walk away from this. Now, look, Keyshawn Davis, I hope that is not a real family emergency. You know, deaths, unfortunate. I don't know. Maybe it's a mental health thing. I don't know if it matters as much as you might want us to acknowledge it. The reality of the situation is the credibility is gone. You better not be mad at nobody who's calling you a duck. You better not be upset with nobody who's calling you a duck, big dog. It's over for that. If there's ever been a description of an actual duck, it's this one. There may be a legitimate argument for everybody that this community has called a duck as far back as we can remember. Did Canelo Alvarez duck David Benavidez? Did Tank Davis duck Shakur? Is David Benavidez ducking Jao Pataya? Did Frank Martin duck Shakur Stevenson? Did Shakur Stevenson duck Devin Haney? Did Keyshawn Davis duck Devin Haney? Brother, it don't get no clearer than this. Ain't no explanation. Ain't no reasons. I don't know what to do for you, bro. You don't went too far. You're on the island by yourself right now. You're on an island by yourself right now. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, let's be honest. You didn't ask me to defend you. And you're not asking me to say anything. Let's be fair. I want to stay in my lane. And trust me, I will. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to stay in my lane. I create content in the boxing space. It is what it is. You're a duck, brother. You got a lot to figure out on your own. It is what it is. But Shakur ain't no 144. Ain't no 144, bruh. Ain't no 144. Nah, ain't no 144, Shakur. There's only 147. There's only Devin Haney, DHP, who gets to dictate the terms on this one. Dana, Zuffa, I'm sure you guys will figure it out because you guys are good at what you do. But you got one on your hands. Your man Shakur may have literally thrown away every bit of leverage he has in the conversation of the biggest fights in the space right now. So get ready to put a whole lot of money in Gervonta Tank Davis's pockets. A whole lot. And a whole lot more in Devin Haney's pockets. And Shakur, listen, it is what it is, bro. You can always go fight Rayo. You can always go fight Rayo, brother. Without a doubt, that is always an option there for you. And look, we'll watch. We'll watch. I love great boxing. I think you're one of the best fighters in the game. I'm not missing none of your fights. I don't got no time to boycott you, brother. I don't have time to boycott you, brother. I'm going to watch the fights. You know that, right? Okay. But let history tell the truth and be clear. When we have a conversation about this situation, it's going to be clear. the brotherhood was toxic for boxing. And I'm the one who sat here and said, I always respected the fact that you guys had this admiration for each other, that you didn't want to fight each other. I let it go. I respected it. I would have loved to see you fight Keyshawn, but I respected the fact that you wouldn't cross that line. But now the brotherhood has legitimately bled into boxing. Gypped us of 2 fights. Kill two birds with one stone, right? Gypped us of 2 fights. Gypped us of the Keyshawn Davis fight because he moved around, and gypped us of a fight with you. Why? Because you guys are brothers? Yeah, bro. You're on your own. It's pretty much where I get off the train. It's pretty much how I got to do it, man. I'm not here for everything. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. I don't know you like that, bro. I hope everything is in good spirits over there, good health. I don't know. I'm hoping Keyshawn Davis comes out before the end of the weekend in some sort of a formal statement. I'm interested in it. It's all about the content, baby. It's all about good podcasting, all about good potting. Shout out to my brother Two Tone. But we done. We done. We washing our hands of this one. This is how you guys are carrying it. This is how you doing it. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. My bad, man, ladies and gentlemen. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. I ignored my whole chat, man. I got some super chats in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. I apologize to anybody who may feel like the DuckTales. I thought by the way, the DuckTales song, if you listen to the lyrics, it captures this one. Oh, man. Because it's definitely a duck blur, right? It's definitely a duck blur. Oh, man. Lights, camera, action. This is how you do it big, baby. You're definitely trending, Keyshawn. And maybe Floyd Mayweather might be right. I don't know. All publicity is good publicity, right? Well, you getting publicized, brother. You are getting publicized, brother. You are on the big stage, brother. You're on the big stage, brother, and everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. If that was the goal, good job. Jay Prince, hey, man, marketing 101, brother. You know what I mean? You're like Hannibal. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? Came together, bro. Two double barrel shotguns. 2 double barrel shotguns. Yeah. I'm assuming this is all part of the plan, man, and we're gonna see something come together out of this that puts some perspective on this. I'm assuming that because you're an OG, Jay Prince. You're an OG. You know better, man. Y'all must be smiling right now in Houston, Texas, because you got us, brother. Yeah, hey, player, you got us, man. You got us, man. Hey, you got us, bro. Good job, man. Hey, man. The game is to be sold and not to be told. Bang, bang. We learning. We good, though. We good. We good. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Sam from Jersey in the building says, uh-oh, I know what time it is now. Let's go. Yeah, it's about that time, man. Kaisu953 in the building says, need this live. Like I said, I was patient, K, hopeful yesterday. Now Keith finna get this barbecue. Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, we tried. Yesterday, I tried, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Yours in the building if you're in the building, man. Shout out to the loyal Keyshawn Davis fans in the building. We all try to stand tall for Keyshawn. You know, yesterday I had a little bit of an episode and, you know, people said, hey, Clay, you're jumping the gun. And I had to fall back because I was like, oh, you know what? You're right. My guy Angelo gaslit me, bro. He had me amped up. I was like, oh, shit. You're right, man. I'm over here. I'm crucifying him. I'm putting the carriage before the horse. It's not like Keyshawn actually refused the offer. I just got a little nervous because as everybody was talking, I started to wonder, what? Man, Keyshawn, I'm telling you, I never thought you would do it. I never thought you'd go out like that, bro. I didn't think so. But yesterday, I started having a moment of clarity. Yesterday, I started to see things differently. And there was a, please say it ain't so, spirit in me. And the way I react to that sometimes is a little bit angry, a little emotional at times. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a little emotional yesterday because I didn't want it to be like this. I didn't think it would be. But here we are, right? Here we are. Well, good luck, brother. We'll see what ends up happening. I'll be looking forward to whatever the next fight is. But we got off the train. We getting off the train. We getting off the train for sure. For sure. Shout out to my super chats in the building. Marcus Warren says salute, and Clay and the chat, no doubt, man. Big Herm Show in the building, man, says let's be real. Shakur and Key corner Dev. Dev said run fades. Shakur said 144. Dev said yes. I love Key with my whole heart. Him first. Keyshawn got Devin Haney and ran home. No more Shavengers until they fight each other. Church. Salute Clay, Kerr, and Key are goofy. To be honest, let's be real. Big Herb. Nah, Shakur begging on Instagram. Damn, no options. Ugh. I'm trying to find out how Shakur ducked at Clay. Marcus, Shakur he ducked. Shakur didn't duck because he was scared, in my opinion. Shakur ducked because he took his career and he aligned it with somebody else's career, and he allowed them to trick him out of a fight, out of his biggest fight and his biggest money. The accountability has to be clear, Marcus. Marcus Warren, hey, brother, I get it, right? You don't want to put it on his shoulders, but he has to wear this one. He has to wear it because he made it about Keyshawn. He made it about Keyshawn. See, the fight was all his. The fight was all his. He made it about Keyshawn. So, yeah, he shares. He put himself. See, there ain't no separating it, right? Like when you see Shakur go out and say that Keyshawn is his own man, this ain't got nothing to do with him. No, Shakur. Keyshawn's your man. That's your guy. That's what you told us. You said you love him more than anything. And you said you wasn't going to make a fight happen unless he gave a blessing. You see? You see how that works? That's how that works. I ain't make the rules. I ain't make the rules. That's how that goes, though. You see, yesterday I gave you guys an analogy, and I told you guys about when I was a younger guy, when I was in the military, and I had some good friends in Los Angeles. I told you about. And there was an opportunity for me to become part of something, an organization, let's say. And I told you why I didn't join the organization. I didn't join the organization because of the accountability that comes with it. Because I didn't want to be held accountable for what other people did. So I didn't make that move. See, Shakur, you made that move. You made it all about Keyshawn. You made it all about Keyshawn. So when it rains, it pours, good brother. Everybody loves it. Sunny days. Can you stand the rain? You got to stand the rain. Can't separate yourself now. You can't separate yourself now, brother. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. Shout out to everybody who campaigned for Keyshawn. Shout out to his coaches. His coach that was on Mill City every damn day. Every damn day. Shout out to all the people who represented for Keyshawn. Shout out to VA. But this is another one. Keyshawn, you might need to go get some help. It might be time for you to go get some real mental health. Some help. Real help. I don't know where Keyshawn is right now, but this is horrible. This is worse than blowing the weight to fight De Los Santos. This is worse than that. This is either you have no integrity or you literally have a mental health issue that is deeper than rap. There's something wrong here with this picture. There's something wrong with this picture. Something is wrong with Keyshawn Davis. Get him, Shakur. Don't walk away from him, Shakur. Don't separate yourself and say you can't speak for your brother, because you were speaking for your brother the whole time. You were speaking for your brother the whole time. You sat there in interviews and told the world that the only way a fight can happen between you and Devin is if Devin fought Key. You were speaking for your brother. When nobody else would speak for your brother, you were speaking for your brother. So you're going to have to speak up for him now. You're going to have to speak up for him now. You was a legitimate source of information when it came to this conversation. You got to continue to be that. You're on Twitter right now telling Devin Haney that you still want to fight at 144. You're doing that right now. So yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. We looking at you, man. Keyshawn ain't nowhere to be found, brother. And you know how it goes. You know how it goes. You the big bro. You the big bro. Marcus Warren with the $5 says, I get that, Clay. But can't that fight between Devin and Shakur still happen? I mean, they both don't have any fights lined up at the moment, or do they? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Hold on a second. Okay, no, I got a text message. I hear you, and the fight can still happen. And that's what we got to talk about as well. We got to talk about what happens next. We got to talk about what happens next. What happens next for Devin? Because the reality is it is complicated right now, because Devin Haney does, no matter what anybody wants to say, Devin Haney does still need to get a fight. He needs to be active. He hasn't fought since what, November? Last year, I don't know how long it was. I don't remember the dates, but he hasn't fought for a while, right? Last time he fought was Brian Norman Jr., and he needs activity. So what does he do? Devin has just signed a deal with the Zone. So there's money there, and there's a roster of fighters over there at the Zone. I would think that his situation is a little bit better than Shakur's situation, because the reality is he has a stable of fighters over at the Zone to pick from. Will we get a big fight, though? That's the question with Devin, right? We want a big fight. So if Devin is in the market for a big fight, for a big payday, Shakur Stevenson is clearly there to fight. He's definitely an option, and probably still, outside of Ryan Garcia, his biggest payday that he can have right now. And Ryan Garcia is building up a fight for September against Conor Benn. So what does Devin do next? Does Devin go for a unification? Is Liam Paro willing and able and ready to make a fight happen? He can't fight Teofimo, he can't fight Rolly, right? So he's limited as far as the big fights are concerned, but he can be active. And I think that's what, if I were to be honest and give advice, nobody's asking me for it, I would take whoever's available. I'd fight I'd fight the next guy on the list. I'd fight Jack Catterall. I'll fight, I'll just make it happen. I'll just be busy and just understand that. And I know the whole space is just going to understand that Devin's doing what he can do, not what he wants to do, not what he's willing to do, right? He's willing to fight the best. He's willing to challenge himself and be great. But at the end of the day, what can you do in a situation like this? Devin has truly earned his name, Debo Dev. He is legitimately Debo Dev. He is Debo Dev. If there's ever been a Debo Dev, that's who he is right now. You can't do nothing but salute DHP. You can't do nothing but respect what Bill's doing, what Devin is doing, the business they've been standing on. You can't do nothing but respect it. You can't even, it is what it is. I'd love to see Devin fight Shakur, because he definitely can do it, right? That's definitely an option for him. But like I said, if Devin says he wants it at 147, I'm sorry, Shakur. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. I support a 144 fight if Devin agrees to it. But if Devin says it happens if Devin says it has to happen at 147, that's the law of the land. I'm backing Devin's play the whole way through this one. You're ducking Devin if you don't fight him at 147. You're ducking him. Your whole team looks suspect right now. Get some lotion. You guys are ashy. Ashy elbows, ashy knees, ashy toes. It's diabolical. You got to fight Devin at 147. If he says so. But in a perfect world, Maybe Devin will still continue to honor at 140. He's shown he's got the heart to do it. Y'all shown y'all ain't got the heart to do nothing. If it ain't comfortable, if it ain't all lotion and buttery soft and great and all that, you guys ain't with it. You ain't with the smoke like that. It's got to be perfect, sunny day, no clouds, palm trees, 74.5 degrees with a cool breeze Sunday morning after you've had your mama's good cooking before you'll come outside and make something happen, right? It's got to be perfect because you're the big guy now. You call the shots, right? That's how that works. So if Devin's willing to go through all that again with another one of you guys, maybe we'll see Shakur and Devin fight next. But if Devin stands on business and says, hey, bro, you got to come see me at 147. I am the WBO welterweight champion of the world. That's what it is. No more games. No more games left to be played with the what do you guys call them? Yeah, I guess y'all call them the Avengers. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. No more games with the Avengers. No more games. No more games with the Avengers, bro. It is what it is. I didn't make the rules. Don't be mad at me. Don't do that. Be fair, Keyshawn. Be fair, Keyshawn and Shakur. Don't turn on the fans. Don't say we don't know nothing. Don't say we not loyal. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be honest. Own your shit. You know what this is and what it looks like and what it is, man. Don't do that. Be fair. It's all, right? Fair and love and war, right? How it goes, however that goes, that's what it is, right? Don't be like that. Take your ownership of who you are and what you're representing at this moment. If you really want to do something, fight somebody, bro. Get off the social media, Shakur. Get off Twitter, man. Go fight somebody, bro. Go fight somebody, brother. HLD in the building with the $2 says, I was like, Clay needs to do a 911 Friday pop-up. Yeah, you did. I came home from work. Late because I was working the graveyard shift, and I didn't get home, honestly, until about 12 o'clock today, right? I went to sleep, in other words. I woke up, and I see HLD's message saying, you got to do a pop-up. I didn't even see the news yet that Keyshawn Davis had turned down the fight. I just saw the message. I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? I know if he's putting something in there, something got to be going on. You know, automatically I got fearful. My heart skipped a beat, and I said, please don't say Keyshawn. Please don't say Keyshawn did this. Please. Please, please, Roger Rabbit face. Please don't say he did this. I go on my YouTube. I'm looking around. What's going on? I go through my social media feed. So disappointed. So disappointed, bro. So disgusted. So disappointed. Shout out to my brother Marcus Warren with the $10. Said, did Devin duck Rolly when everything was good, and then all of a sudden it wasn't in the contract situation, Clay? I don't believe it was a duck, but in certain people's logic, it would be. Marcus, I see you, man. Marcus, I'm a Jets fan. I know Marcus is sitting here right now going, what the fuck does being a Jets fan got to do? What is this dude talking about? Right, Marcus? That's what you're saying right now. You should be saying that, right? I'm going to explain myself, though. But it makes sense if you're saying that. If you're wondering, what in the hell is Claymore talking about? He's a Jets fan. Is he losing his mind? Maybe I am. I've been accused of worse. But let me explain myself. You know, when your team just suck and it's losing, shout out to the fans who could stand tall, right? But let me tell you what I'll never do for the Jets. I'll never say they're good when they're not. I'm just going to be a fan of them sucking. Pause. Right? I'm just going to be a fan of them sucking. I'm not going to be delusional to myself. They suck. Yeah, they suck. That's part of being a Jets fan. That's part of being a Jets fan. The team I like sucks. They're no good. We pray one day they'll be better. We don't jump off the wagon because they suck, because they come up every Sunday and they put in the work on the field and they try to make something happen. But at the end of the day, they suck. They definitely suck. That's the problem. That's the problem with the Jets. The problem is they suck. They suck. My advice to you is don't find yourself in a position to where you're defending this bullshit today. You don't need to go out like that. You can support Shakur, but you can also hold Shakur accountable and say, bro, I love you. I'm a big fan. Your brother got you looking stupid. Your brother got us looking stupid. You need to make this fight with Devin, bro. If you're not going to go to 147, that's cool. But get off social media and stop looking the way you're looking, man. Go make a fight happen. Go make a fight happen. We don't got to sit here and defend that shit. Marcus, you ain't got to defend that. You ain't got to defend him. You could be a Shakur fan and you ain't got to defend him, bro. You ain't got to defend him, bro. We're just going to have to support him in his next fight. But he did this. He did this, family. Accountability is a mother. He did this, bro. And we had his back, Marcus, didn't we? We had his back. But at some point or another, we got to save some face. We can't just be out here looking like this. This man ain't paying none of our bills. This man ain't, come on, bro. We can't go out like this. No, man. I respect you, Marcus, because I know you're a real ass dude, but look how you standing tall for your guy. But you want my advice to you is let it be what it is, man. Let it be what it is, bro. He put himself on the map. This is what he said. This is what he said he was with. He said he was with all that smoke, man. Shout out to Birdman Jr., member for 4 months, said, looks like the best fight for Devin is to make Brian Norman Jr. too. I don't mind that fight at all because that puts Devin in a situation where he could pick up a lineal title. I love that. The Brian Norman Jr., the second fight. And he's coming off of a win as well. He's high in the rankings. He's high on the Ring Magazine rankings. I like it. I think there's something in there for Devin. And obviously, he has a big deal with the Zone. So that alleviates a lot of the pressure off Devin. I don't know how many millions of dollars he signed for with the Zone, but the Zone has to break bread with him. They're looking to get him active. I love a Brian Norman Jr. Fight, right? I love it. Or any of the unification fights. I love it, man. I love it. Marcus Warner Building says, I'm not supporting Keyshawn situation, but I agree. We definitely need to see these fights happen regardless. That's my opinion. Yeah, 100%. I'm here to see the fights. I would love to see the fights. That's on Devin. If Devin wants to make the sacrifice and do what he needs to do to fight Shakur, if Shakur's not going to budge, more respect to Devin. More respect to Devin for doing that. But one thing I'm not going to do is I ain't shitting on Devin. I don't know if I ever shit on him. I hate to even believe that I was shitting on him because I really feel like I wasn't shitting on him. I was just giving it the truth, the angle, the reality that I thought it was. And I believe still to this day, it was that reality in that moment. But yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price. In that moment, Devin Haney was the one. He didn't have the leverage Shakur did because he needed the big fight. He had the deals fall through with Rolly Romero. He had the contingencies for Ryan Garcia. He had those situations that were getting in his way of making the biggest fights. He was a very expensive fighter, so none of the promoters wanted to pay him that top dollar. He couldn't get the fight with a Lewis Crocker at the time. He couldn't make those big fights because of the position he was in. So trying to push to make a fight with Shakur Stevenson did give Shakur Stevenson the leverage at that time to dictate more of the terms, being that Shakur Stevenson was the one entertaining a lot of other things at the time. So I wasn't shitting on Devin. I always considered Devin a dog and one of the best fighters in the world, and I wanted to see him challenge himself. And yes, I talked about him chasing Shakur Stevenson and trying to pull him up to 147 because I felt like if you were the one calling for the fight, how are you going to dictate the terms of where the fight happens at when Shakur doesn't campaign at 147? But now that things have changed. Now it's moved in a different direction. It definitely has. And you got to salute DHP. You got to salute DHP, man. You gotta salute DHP, man. You can't even play no games with their face card, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Oh man. Woke up. I was in shock. I ain't gonna lie to you. But we got to see what Devin does next. I'm going to put the link out there. I want my community to come up here and build with me, man. That's what this is all about today, man. There's the link. Come on up. I'll talk my shit. I'm still going to talk some more shit, but I definitely want to build with you guys. There's the community, man. There's the link, man. Hit that link. Come on up, man. Let me know what's good, bro. Keyshawn Davis has shown the whole world, man. Keyshawn Davis has shown the whole world. And this is what everybody was talking about, man. This is the danger of this brotherhood. This brotherhood done gotten away, man. My brother 444 in the building, man. What's good, family?
What's good, Clay?
Accountability, brother. That's what it's good, man. Accountability is the best thing. It's the best medicine.
I will say, you're very interested on this one. I was very curious to see what your perspective was going to be on this. So I have a little bit of a different angle. So I would like to share, right?
Sure.
Okay. So matter of fact, let the gentleman go first. I'm going to kind of listen a little bit more. The gentleman just came up on the panel. Let me just kind of fall back for a second. I just want to kind of see what he has to say as well.
My God, Drew, man. Drew, talk to me, man.
Claymore, man. You know I love you, brother. You're doing the honorable thing and giving every benefit of every doubt, but it's like the Brits say, it's rubbish. Okay, it's rubbish. This is only an American problem. Do the Japanese have this kind of problems making fights? Do the Mexicans? Do the Brits? Does Murat Gassiev say, I'm willing to go to Germany to fight Agi Kabayel to unify? Only the certain demographic in America, I'm not even going to say it's the black fighter, it's the American fighter. David Benavidez is over here crying that Conor Benn got $15 million for an undercard. You chose to stay with PBC, bro. It's only the Americans. And there's a funny line. Are you familiar with The Sopranos, like in detail?
With The Sopranos, yeah.
Yeah. Remember the episode where the brother is trying to get the royalties back from Hesh, the music episode where he's trying to get the old royalties back?
No, continue.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Yeah.
And they're ready to like go to battle. And then like he's gonna take him to court, and I'm gonna use a slur. He's like, and Paulie Walnuts is so mad, like, we're supposed to go to war, we're supposed to battle. He's like, I'll see you in court. And then he's like, what kind of mullions are these? They're supposed to be gangsters. What kind of fighters are these? Can you imagine Tommy Hearns or Marvelous Marvin Hagler doing this, calling a purse bid, and then like, oh no. But we got to remember, this is the same Keyshawn Davis that took a belt and beat up the curb like he beat up Andy Cruz. And I'm going to go there. Look at how the fighters with no fathers are acting, and look at how the fighter with a father is acting. Say what you want about Devin. He gets on my nerves too. I don't care what you're wearing, Devin. You know, he's running to the smoke. I'll give him that. I don't like his fighting style. It's not entertaining. I'm a sweet science when it's make them miss, make them pay.
Mm-hmm.
I like the boxing where like, okay, you're making a miss and you're trying to finish your guy, not clock watching. So all that criticism aside, Devin is still conducting himself like a throwback fighter. And Shakur ain't got no leverage. Nobody cares about you, Shakur, now. No, you lost all your leverage, bro. It's at 147 or shut up or go fight Ryo. But like Claymore, it's only the American fighters, only the Americans. Look at Bam Rodriguez now saying, oh, we don't know if we want a new way. When Eddie Hearn said, I got my marching orders from DAZN, they said they're started ready to negotiate. Now Robert Garcia's like, well, we haven't heard nothing. Only the Americans. It's only the Americans.
Big facts, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Big facts, man. It's the truth, man. And, you know, sometimes I think as fans, we get caught up too much into the business to where we're willing to accept it didn't make business sense as an excuse. Keyshawn juiced the world, bro. He squeezed every bit of faith out of us, bro. Every bit of faith we could have in him, he squeezed it out of us. He did what he did. You know, he crashed out on the back of the Nahir Albright with the marijuana situation. And I didn't even look. I was like, yo, what's the big deal? He smoked a little marijuana, but he crashed out. You know, I don't give a fuck about. He came back. He had a great 2024. He went and had that great run. Pedraza, Medueno, Gustavo Limos, Dennis Baranchek. Oh, what a great year. And then he became champion. He went and he shook up the world in Virginia with Gustavo. He came back to have a fight with Del Santos. He shitted, bro. He blew weight. He caught the smoke in the back room. He embarrassed his whole city. The whole city came out to see him, man. Mike Vick, everybody campaigning. Bob Aaron put a bag behind him. Top Rank said, "You are our guy. You're going to be the next face of Top Rank, man." And he shitted all over everybody. He popped popcorn. He ate popcorn. He laughed in the audience, and he went and headbutted in here Albright in the back room. Now, this man positions himself to be a mandatory, shakes up the world, calls Devin a duck, says, "If how you trying to try to fight Shakur, you're not going to fight me." And this man walks away from $2.1 million because he wants more money and just leaves it on the floor. And in the midst of doing that, also takes off a Shakur Stevenson fight off the table in the midst of doing that. Nah, bro. The accountability is a must, man. We can't sit here and play games with these fighters. We can't let them play games with our face like this. We can't find ourselves in a situation where we're on panels defending our credibility. What about us? We're going to be here for the long run. We can't be going. It is what it is. I am 444. Go ahead, brother.
All right. I have a question for you, Clay. And the only reason I'm asking this question is because I see in this boxing space, I just see like the same cycle of things, right? So for instance, I'm looking at this example. Question for you. When Brian Norman Jr. was offered, quote unquote, his highest payday at that time from Boots, and he walked away from that, what was the collective narrative going around the space? Do you remember?
He priced himself out.
He priced himself out. That was his biggest payday. His last fight, he only made $100,000. Who does he think he is? He's not valued that. He's not worth that. Blah, 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 blah. Right? People called him a duck. Then what happened? He scores a Devin Haney fight. Turkey pays him quite well. And now the narrative went out the window. Nobody said anything. And so it's very easy for us to think or to tell people what we think their value is. Okay. Am I disappointed? Yeah, of course. I think as a fan, I would have enjoyed to see the fight. But I knew this fight was going to come down to money. I knew it, personally speaking. And I think it's quite easy for anybody that's not in the ring, that's not fighting, to say, well, you should have taken that. The same way people felt like Brian Norman Jr. should have taken that. The reality is this: we don't know all of the financial intricacies that are involved in all of this stuff. What we know is what we're fed. The reality is this: we're not getting the fight. Am I disappointed? Yeah, of course. I mean, but I'm just as disappointed as many other fights that didn't happen because of money issues, because one fighter felt that they were valued a little bit more, and vice versa. Like, I get it 100%. So for me, this is what I think. I think that Keyshawn Davis bet on him. He betted on himself and he failed. That's just the reality. I think that he thought he was going to be able to be in negotiation and get more than $3 million. And he really thought that. He could be delusional for thinking that. That's quite it. Listen, it happens all the time, right? People bet on themselves all the time, and you don't always win when you bet on yourself. So he thought maybe, you know what, let's go to purse bid. And guess what? It blew up in his face. And now he gets less than what he was initially offered. So it's a reality check. There is accountability there. And he chose the money. He chose what he felt he was valued. Okay, he walked away. My only issue is this, though. How are we tying what he does to Shakur? That I heard your what you said, and I hear it. I'm just a little bit baffled because I'm like, what does Keyshawn Davis being a fighter under Jay Prince have to do with Shakur's trajectory, his journey, his plan, and all of that? Can you kind of share that with me? And from
my perspective, I'm 4-4. They were acting like they were Harlem Heat tag teaming, so they're tying each other to the hip publicly, social media. So let me tag in my little bro. Let my little bro handle it. I don't want to get the title shot before him. you don't think they're speaking? Jay Prince is like, look here, baby, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Like they're tied at the hip. He's like, I'm never gonna fight my brother. They're my brother.
Okay.
So like
Sure.
it's cool, but like, and you said something about his value. Like the open market just said what your value is, Keyshawn.
Correct. And the open market said what Devin's value is as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we gotta add that caveat because Claymore did say Devin's value is what the purse bid is, plus on top of what the zone is going to pay.
How do we know that when the zone has not made an announcement? See, this is the problem we have in this boxing space. Had the zone made an announcement about the deal? The answer is no.
Are we going to be naive and act like they don't have a deal on the side? Come on, let's be honest. We know we're going to be. Let's be honest.
That's the problem. Okay, I'm being honest. Here's the reality. If we're dealing in facts, the reality is that an announcement has not been made. That is a fact. That has not been made. So I don't know what they have. I don't know what's going on. What I do know is this. Keyshawn walked away. What I do know is this. Bill Haney immediately reached out to who? Shakur Stevenson. Why you reached out to Shakur Stevenson? Why?
How did he reach out? Correct me.
Twitter,
I don't know if
through Twitter. He reached out to Shakur Stevenson inquiring about the fight.
I thought, no, when I saw Bill say he ducked, and then Devin tweeted him first. I mean, Shakur tweeted him first.
Yeah, Shakur's responding to
all Bill said was he ducked. That was it.
Well, so let me tap in a little bit here, right?
Go ahead.
Tap in.
So 444, right?
Yes.
As far as Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn, how's he held accountable? He did that to himself. He made it about Keyshawn. He made everything about Keyshawn. Every interview, yeah, Keyshawn's my brother. I love him more than anything. I won't get in the way of this. I won't get in the way of that. He made it clear that the fight was not happening. The only thing that would stop the fight from happening between him and Devin was Keyshawn. He put Keyshawn at the center of this, and he made Keyshawn the end-all, be-all. He can't be there being all honorable in the beginning, saying he's not going to get away, and if his brother, then when his brother does this, not take the accountability for his part he played in the fight not happening between him and Devin. He moved the way he moved because of Keyshawn. He made it public. So that's that's personal. That's beauty's an eye of the beholder. If you don't happen to see it that way, that's okay, right? It's not 100% factual one way or the other. But if you care about why I would lean towards the direction I'm leaning in, that's why I feel
understood.
Right?
Understood.
Now, as far as the business, the money in the background, listen, man, fair play, right? But the great ones, one thing Devin Haney will always get a lot of respect from me for is the way he handled the George Kambosos situation. When he had his opportunity to become undisputed, he didn't allow money, he didn't allow politics to get in the way of his greatness.
Understood.
We hoped Keyshawn felt the same way because we understood when we kept it real. What is Keyshawn's record? 15, 16-0? I don't know. What is he?
Yep.
13-0. 13-0.
13?
15. Any 15?
Or 15. 13 or 15. One of those.
Yeah, 15.
Tomato.
Yeah, he's a teenager in boxing, right? He's
correct.
A teenager, right? And this was an opportunity for him to get a signature fight on his resume that would completely move the needle in the conversation. I said yesterday, if Keyshawn Davis were to have beaten Devin Haney, he would legitimately become the favorite in every other fight he had after that, except for maybe one or two fighters. And he'd, at a minimum, be 50-50. He would change the whole conversation. So he had an opportunity in front of him that his whole entire community supported him in, pushed him in there. If Shakur didn't stand tall for him and say, yo, you ain't ducking my guy. If Jay Prince didn't maneuver him to become the mandatory. If fans that are here in the chat didn't support and put the pressure on Bill and say, nah, bro, you got to fight Keyshawn. You keep trying to come for Shakur, you got to come for Keyshawn. He wouldn't have gotten that. He took us lightly. He took the fans lightly. He took the boxing space lightly. He smacked smacked the give horse in the mouth? I don't remember how it goes, something like that. He lost it all on the back end of, I guess, what he's rightfully allowed to do, which is value himself.
Of course, absolutely.
What people done, right?
Correct.
But what comes with it is this part of the game, the accountability. He cannot ask us fans to support him the same way we did before. He cannot ask us to support a play like this when we've been out here on these streets on the ground level fighting for him. He has to take this for what it is.
Agreed.
And Shakur has to take what comes with it as well. He has to understand that this is all part of it. This is all part of that game. And yes, the same part of the game that allows you to do what you got to do to feed your family, to price. All that is great. But we don't eat with Keyshawn. We don't break bread with Keyshawn. Keyshawn
Understood.
don't keep our bills. He's not making a decision for the betterment of the community. He's making his decision to better himself. And that's fair play.
Understood.
But the accountability comes with it. And I'm not going to sit here and put my neck on the line to be sitting here trying
I
to
don't blame you.
his business moves, bro. That's on him.
No. Now let me ask you this, Claymore. We have four strikes now. The misweight, the failed drug test, the fiasco behind the scenes when they had in that fight, and now this. You're Top Rank. Do you really want to deal with this headache?
I mean,
Yeah.
fair question.
Yeah,
Are you DAZN? Do you want to deal with this headache? Now you just signed Top Rank. This is one of your flagship guys, Top Rank. You can't get him in the ring.
yeah. I mean, listen,
point.
man. It is a good point because this is about the business, man. That's why I put on a thumbnail, gaslit, nasty business. Keyshawn, yeah, you can't. Top Rank can't be. You already played us in Virginia, bro. You played us crazy in Virginia, bro. We had the whole city behind you. The mayor gave you keys and shit. And not only did you not make weight, you was in the stand the next day popping popcorn, eating popcorn, laughing it up like you was some kind of superstar. Then you go in the back room and you headbutting dudes in the back room. We're paying out tickets. We don't have to give tickets back, refund tickets. We done lost money on so many different ways.
For sure.
Right? We're trying to figure out how to get a new deal. We're closing out our whole entire deal with ESPN. This is supposed to be the last big event on our deal. We're trying to leverage all of this into our next deal. You completely F-bombed us, bro. And here we are right now. We done fought for this fight, put up $8.5 million for you because you said you wanted this. We leveraged Bob Arum's influence with the WBO to get you to become a mandatory because we know how the WBO's relationship with Top Rank is. And you don't give a damn. You walk away from the fans. You walk away from the business. What are we supposed to do with that? Who wants to get in the business with Keyshawn Davis at this point? You gambling for sure. You throwing the dice for sure at this point with Keyshawn Davis. Ain't nothing good coming out on the other side of this for Keyshawn Davis and his credibility in this game.
What?
You just said something that tied back into your last show, Claymore. Top Rank did all this on the background of good business. We leveraged our relationships. We did good business for you to get you to that point when you have a style, Keyshawn, that the fans want to pay for. You can be a star. You have more of a ceiling than Devin Haney because of the style or the way you fight.
Right.
And this is what you go and do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that 100%. Like I said, this is where betting on yourself goes wrong. I don't think Keyshawn Davis anticipated Top Rank to bid only 8.5. I think he was banking on the star power of Devin Haney to bring in a bigger ticket. See, it's almost like when Berlanga fought Canelo. Berlanga got a career high payday, right? The reality is that, who was he at that time? But it was just the fact of you fighting Canelo, you get paid. Charlo, you fight Canelo, you get paid. I think they really thought they were going to get paid fighting Devin Haney. And when Top Rank came out at 8.5, it was like a slap in the face. And he failed. He 100% failed. Go ahead.
Let me add this, right? Fine. Yeah. I'm okay with everything. One thing about you, I know you're going to come very logical. You're very easy to speak with because you're very logical. I can't play with that when it comes to you. So, and I hear what you're saying, right? But Keyshawn, the results of it is, at the end of it is, Top Rank threw money behind you once again, and you shitted on them. Why should have Top Rank offered more money? What kind of credibility did you build with Top Rank? They gave you your whole city. They gave you a whole arena twice. You shitted on them. You're down to your last fight with Top Rank right now, supposedly is what I'm hearing. And they still put the big bag behind you in order to get you an opportunity to become a champion. And you shit on them again. Bro, no matter what he thought it was gonna be, at the end of the day, it is what it was.
I agree.
A signature fight. That if you would have won on this being your last fight with Top Rank, would have just took your whole entire stock into a whole nother conversation. Now,
I agree.
Now there's one thing left on the table, and I'll hand it back to you right here after this one. There's one thing left on the table, and I don't even want to defend Keyshawn, but I'll say this. From my understanding, the way Top Rank works is when you become a champion, your contract extends. So in all reality, if Keyshawn Davis is trying to get out of a deal with Top Rank, if he does feel the way you feel, that you're saying that he thought he's worth more money and Top Rank didn't give him enough money, if he feels like he's being that he's not being dealt with correctly, that he's a bigger star, then one way to get out of the deal with Top Rank is to not have a championship fight, right? I don't want to pick up a belt here because if I do, it extends my contract. And this is what I'm talking about comes directly from Brian Norman Sr.'s mouth about how they dealt with Brian Norman Jr. when he became a champion, that it automatically extended his contract. So maybe that's part of it as well. But it doesn't erase all the antics. It doesn't erase all the shit talking, all of the social media, all that shit. It doesn't erase that. It just doesn't do that.
Let me ask you a question, guys. Do you think if this fight was to happen, do you think this fight would have been bigger than the Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney fight?
Yes.
Money-wise as well.
I don't know about the money, bro. I don't talk about the money that much because I don't know how much Brian Norman or Devin Haney made. That was also turkey money.
Well, sorry, I apologize. I'm talking about revenue generating from people just buying into the fight itself.
I don't know because you got to remember that he had David Benavidez on his card too. He was a co-main on that fight, so that was the star power on that fight was just bigger. So we don't. It's TBD because Clay, we don't know what the card would have been like. We don't know how they would have packaged it. Understood.
Well, let me read the super chat real quick here. My guy Marcus One with the $5, man. I appreciate you, brother. Says, I'm happy that Clay knows how to communicate without all the fuckery and disrespect, and that's why I will still continue to support your channel, my G. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, definitely, we got to get the thoughts out. We got to articulate well with each other, and we got to communicate well with each other because the arguing doesn't get us anywhere. But we do need get to speak about some real perspective and get some real perspective because one way or another, we're here for a fight. And as fans, we got played. You know, Keyshawn can be in his business however he feels and whatever. We got played out of a fight. And we sat here and we campaigned and we did content and we did all this shit for months. I got cussed out by stock chasers. I got cussed out by Ness. I got cooked by people in the chat. I sat, you know what I'm saying? I did a whole lot, bro. And for it to not end up in a fight, to say it's bittersweet is an understatement. A legitimate understatement.
All right. Understood.
Respect.
You know what I mean? Respect.
No?
Respect.
Hold on. Let me bring up some more people up here. Hold on 1 second here. My brother Stock Chase is in the building. What's good, Stock? Go ahead, cook me, Stock. Go ahead, cook me, bro. Go ahead.
At the end of the day.
Here we go.
Listen. At the end of the day, I'm not. Listen, because I've been like hearing like DHP fans like it's celebrate. This ain't a celebration. I wanted to see the fight. I'm upset for real, bro. Like now what? Now we got to go back to the drawing board and try to get another fight in which Devin could have been searching for another fight, but he ended up wasting his time on this. And it's, look, let me tell you, it's a waste of time. All right, I understand the Shakur situation, but Shakur and the way he handled it was, okay, not 144, but also drop your belt or fight Keyshawn. So Devin says, okay, he's gonna fight Keyshawn. And I knew that Devin was gonna drop his belt because that wasn't the messaging. And I knew that this was gonna go even if it was for whatever amount of money. And listen, and I hear 444 keeps asking about the deal. Brother, you see how they did Teal? They did Teal with a fight. So I'm I don't know, but to me, it's obvious that okay. I understand. Zuffa announced Shakur before a fight. That's different. That's like they do what they do. You know how they sign guys and they let the world know. With the zone, it would make sense. Okay, this the announcement, but we all know that it's facts because Top Rank on their post about the purse bid, it had DHP, it had the zone, and it had Top Rank. So that shouldn't be questioned. And look, honestly, as a Dev fan, I don't care about that goddamn deal. I want to see my guy in the ring. It's not a bro. Okay, he got a deal. I'm not getting paid. He's not paying me. I don't give a damn about that deal. I give a damn about my boy getting in the ring and me looking at the odds and seeing how the hell I'm gonna make money. Because you know what? I already had hundreds of dollars. I had already betted hundreds of dollars with guys picking Keyshawn, which is fine. But no, I'm not celebrating. This ain't nothing to celebrate for us. No, bro, there's no fight. And Keyshawn, after going around, I thought, man, listen, maybe he's not clout chasing. Maybe he's really ready for this fight. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm at a point where I don't care about Keyshawn, what he does next, bro. I don't care, bro. Like if you can say, oh, I'm boycotting, brother. I watched his last fight. This right here, this is a duck. This ain't about money because they were giving him $3 million before the offer he got on the purse bid, and he didn't take it. I can't blame Jay Prince. I can't blame his management because at the end of the day, it's bro. You have to be not smart to see this is a Keyshawn thing. Keyshawn didn't want the fight. Top Rank did their part. Everyone did their part, and it's just like, bro, this is inexcusable. This dude wasted everyone's time, and now we're back at ground zero, bro. It's wrong. It's disgusting to me, and. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I hear you, stock chasers. Can I respond, Clay, or you need to go?
Let me cover some of these super chats real quick, man. T Severe in the building. My guy said it takes many good deeds to build a positive reputation and only one bad one to lose it. Ooh, that's good. Key is way past one bad deed. Yeah, that's a fact, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, man. You played yourself, brother. H-Town in the building says, what did I tell y'all? I need my apologies. I need my flowers. I told y'all this fight wasn't happening. It made zero sense. H-Town, the fight made all the sense. I don't know what to tell you about
H-Town's
that.
crazy. Like, I don't like Devin's style in the ring, but he just don't like Devin.
H-Town, you're full of shit, but respect, you're my guy.
Go ahead, Clay. Go ahead, Clay.
We got one more super chat, but yeah, bro. I'm not gonna apologize to you, brother. I love you, man. You know you my guy, but I ain't apologizing for that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? You know who need to apologize? Keyshawn. Official everything in the building with the $10 says Keyshawn did us dirty. Extra bad. But Bill said Shakur can be first or second. Okay. So I hope the Haney is entertaining Shakur saying, let's fight. If they don't want 144, just say, what up, Clay? No doubt. Hey, man, Devin gets grace, bro. If he decides to bless us and make that fight happen and go ahead and continue to do at 144, I'm here for it. But I can't knock that man, bro. If I was him, I ain't gonna lie. I'd be letting Shakur know you gotta come to 147, bro. Your boy played us all, man. You co-signed his play, bro. You made this all happen. You made this whole story up and everything, and you said I had to vacate my belt, and so I decided to defend my belt and do all these different things, bro. And he's the reason why we're not fighting at 144. Take ownership. You took ownership for him when you said that you weren't going to fight me unless I fought him. So take ownership now and fight me at 147. You need the fight, by the way. We know you ain't got a big fight lined up. Zuffa's out there looking for a fight. You this close to getting ready to fight Ryo. So
Devin, Shakur needs Devin more than Devin needs Shakur now.
Facts.
He can go to Australia and get a unification with Liam Paro. He could get another. He could get the winner of Rolly Tio. He's fine. He'll be okay. It's just we're not going to see Devin in the ring for at least a whole calendar year now.
And why do you feel that Shakur needs Devin more if he's with Zuffa and he has fights that he can fight and he has a guarantee of 10 million minimum?
What fight does he have?
I mean, you said Ryo. That was one. You got Gary Antoine Russell.
No, well, Gary's in discussions right now with Oscar Duarte. They're trying to arrange a fight right now. And you've got, I mean, look, this weekend could be a big weekend for Shakur because he can get the winner of a Raymond Morataya. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Or you
I
roll
don't.
them out.
I just want to get a lot. Like, I just want to get the logic behind that because I don't know why we're acting like Zuffa don't extend
I'm
beyond
talking
Zuffa.
about the public perception. Who's
Right.
got more
Listen.
credibility with the buying public right now, Shakur or Devin? The
Yeah,
mob
Devin
ties
Haney.
fighter, or Devin Haney?
Yeah,
That's what
Devin
I'm
Haney.
talking about.
right. He's talking
Devin
about the
Haney.
negotiation between them, is what he's saying. He's saying specifically between them right now. Shakur needs Devin more than Devin needs Shakur. Devin is also, well, you said you don't know if you don't believe that he's in a contract.
Well, no, I'm just stating that only because I need to I just wanted to see a little bit more. That's all. I don't want to read between lines. I need to be very clear and direct of what's happening. That's all. When Keel's deal came, it was like very clear. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, real quick. Clay, look, and I'm gonna turn my camera on for this. I respect you at the way you're handling this because at the end of the day, you can do what. There's a lot of delusion going on right now, and at the end of the day, I respect you because look, if Dev would have dropped the belt, I wasn't gonna be able to defend that because I was already on record saying what I was saying, and there would have been accountability. Bro, it's okay to have accountability. Like it's as fans, it's okay. It's not that don't mean you switches. It's okay. And Clay, I respect you for that. For real.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Respect.
HLD.
Because that would have been 2 belts Devin dropped, right?
No, one.
The Sandor Martin one? No.
Yeah, it would have been 2.
Yeah,
It would have been 2.
Martin one, right? Exactly. What's up, HL?
What's going on, yo? Stock chasers. Next time, don't turn on the camera, bro. You're good to go without it.
How about you turn yours on?
Stock chasers. He didn't get his lineup today, huh?
Look, man. I mean, you guys already made all the points on here. I'm gonna just rebut some of it. No, he didn't bet on himself because he already knew there's only gonna be really one legitimate person who's gonna come into the bid. All the promoters are under the zone. I think we spoke about that last time. I think Drew was here also when we were talking about that. So, I mean, what, they're going to compete against themselves? There's nobody that he was going to bet himself, that he can get more money from. They gave him the offer. He turned it down. And Top Rank, well, hey, we're the only bidders. Why do we got to put so much more than what we were offering you before? And that's what it is. So it's not that like he didn't know. And yeah, I'm sorry. He's under the puppet master. The puppet master is Jay Prince. He runs Shakur. He runs Keyshawn. And to think that he has no involvement is like, what the hell are they paying him 30% for? I mean, it's like acting ignorantly or bliss with this shit. Like, no, he's the puppet master. Keyshawn is not the, don't believe the moniker, the businessman. That's just a fucking thing. That's not a real, he ain't got no degree. He's a knucklehead. So, let's just call it what it is. And so, no, he didn't bet on himself. Whatever's going on has to do with Jay Prince and what he's telling him they have to do. And hey, let's not forget, Top Rank is still his promoter. So who knows if even Top Rank is involved with this decision and how it's going down. Maybe they don't want him to fight Devin. We don't know that either. You know what I mean? There's no way of us verifying that unless Bob comes out and tells us. But to think that Jay Prince is not the puppet master and not involved in telling him what to do, how to do, and how high, you crazy. Crazy.
Is there a possibility that Keyshawn may have made this decision on the back end of how he sees his relationship with Top Rank continue? In other words, was Top Rank was he getting ready to leave Top Rank? And if he is getting ready, because I heard rumors that on the back end of this last fight, he was trying to make moves to Zuffa. This is what I'm hearing rumors circulating out in the space about.
I was going to ask you that. Is this Jay Prince maneuvering like
Keith
Keith Conley? Is Jay Prince doing the Keith Conley, moving all his guys over there?
Exactly, Drew. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of the fact, Keyshawn is not a bright cookie to making these big baller decisions. This is why he's got Jay Prince. Jay Prince is their daddy, like Al Heyman is to the guys at PBC. So he's running the show. And so it's whatever's being maneuvered, the kid is just, hey, you want me to go? This is my next chess move? Okay. And that's what he's doing. Because he don't know what the fuck.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you, HOD, in the sense that I do believe, obviously, Jay Prince has more involvement. Of course, he's a manager. It's his job. So I agree with you. But I also do believe that Keyshawn, if you listen to his last rant, he specifically was celebrating, saying that he is going to have so much money that he's going to be able to do all kind of things. Why would he turn down a fight? I honestly think he thought Top Rank was going to pay him way more money based on the fact that it's Devin Haney. I'm telling you. And I think they were sadly mistaken. And they got the slap in the face. And if you look, go ahead.
Hold on one second. We gotta be clear about something, right? Keyshawn, and this is what HLD is getting to, right? What he's basically saying is that's not decisions that Keyshawn's making that way. Keyshawn is not moving the way he feels like moving necessarily, the way people think he is. He is getting counsel at a minimum from Jay Prince, right?
Understood.
So if anybody thought they were going to get more money, it was Jay Prince, not Keyshawn, because Jay Prince has the power to let Keyshawn know, bro, no, that's not what's going to happen. We need to make this fight happen. We can go ahead and purse bid, but I'm going to let you know what we're risking is not getting as much money as this $3 million. And on the back end of that, we got to take this fight. We can't play games. So if you're willing, if you're going to push it to this purse bid, whatever that number comes back at, you're going to have to take that number because your credibility, the opportunity is bigger than anything else. This is not about getting rich. This is about the opportunity. If you beat Devin Haney, we're never going to have to worry about money again.
Whoa, nope. You wouldn't have to. It would have been a great gamble on himself. And yeah, high risk, high reward. But guess what? That's what comes with the play. But the market value's out there. Let's not forget. Top Rank bid it on Devin Haney only like $2 million for that Sandor Martin fight, which that made him drop the belt. Teofimo put in $2.3 million. That's what he thought. That Keyshawn was worth, what, $500,000? So that's the market value's out there. Yeah, Top Rank wanted the fight so it could be on their network and they can have control of the rights and all that stuff.
Understood.
But the market value is what it is.
Can I add this? You know, this makes me think about Xander. Xander taking the gamble, betting on himself and losing the boots. Listen, I respect that. Teo taking the gamble, taking a shot at Shakur, and now taking a shot at Rolly. Like at the end of the day, listen, Keyshawn, it's different because Xander didn't do what Keyshawn did. This man ran around the internet for months, literally saying his name and looking for him, and then when the fight is that's what makes it uglier, if that makes sense.
Agreed. I agree. Yeah,
it is a problem, man. It is a problem, man. No matter how we try to paint it. And once again, we're speculating into the business. To be honest with you, I think you all know where I'm going to go with this. It's none of our business. We don't give a damn. It's none of our business what the hell is going on. The reality is that this fight was supposed to happen no matter what. This fight was supposed to happen no matter what, because from Keyshawn's position, it was the most important thing was the fight being made, beating Devin. You know what I'm saying? Getting that opportunity. He walked up and put the pressure on Bill Haney at the weigh-ins, at the Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez press conference or weigh-ins, whatever it was when he did that. He put it out in the world that he wanted the fight. He moved up into 147. He petitioned. He became a mandatory because of leveraging all that influence, man. He did all these things, man. The fight, it wasn't about money. It was about the fight. It's about money when he's getting pressed for the fight. For Shakur, it may have been about money. I'll let you get away with that, but not Keyshawn.
And look, real quick, one more thing. Norman Jr.
by Mike Coppinger.
Norman Jr. as the champ. He took a gamble on himself, being the champ, to fight Devin Haney. And you know what? At the end of the day, bro, he got more eyes on him than he's ever had. And you know what, Clay? I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people are against the evenness. I said I want Devin, Norman Jr. too, in Atlanta for the ring belt.
I can see that fight happening, but here, Mike Coppinger just reported. This is his reporting. He's saying Keyshawn Davis, I'm told, was offered $3 million. He rejected, and it was pushed to purse bid. The purse bid result would have paid him the 2.13. His career purse is $1 million. This is Mike Coppinger saying he was looking for $5 million net to him after management fees to fight Haney. So that means he was looking to be making somewhere about $9 million or something like that.
Yeah, he was looking for probably make a solid 6 or 7.
Which that tells me he knew he was gonna lose, bro. So he wants to make sure I get paid for my loss.
I mean,
It's as
that's.
simple as that.
I mean, listen. Like I say, I've heard these conversations. These same conversations happen with Brian Norman Jr. and Boots. It's
Not
the
the same.
same
He was
thing.
a champion.
No, it doesn't matter. You know what people
It
were
does
saying?
matter when you're
Listen,
a champion.
listen what I'm saying. People were saying the same. They were saying based on his last fight before it was 100,000. It didn't matter to people. It was the same narrative. All I'm saying is, believe it or not, sometimes by lack of experience and being greedy and being hungry and not knowing XYZ, you make dumb decisions like that. And Keyshawn Davis thinking that he was going to make 9 million, 7 million, or 8 million. Honestly, that was, for me, I believe that was Jay Prince along with him. But I think Jay Prince, I don't know how to explain it. Me personally, it just looks like outpricing himself
It's
because he thinks he's more valuable than what he was.
But it's not the same
Yeah,
when you're
not
not
the
holding
same,
a belt. When you're
Yeah.
not a champion, you don't have a piece on the board,
I'm
bro.
agreeing with you, HLD. I'm agreeing
So
with
it's
you.
not the same. So
understand.
bringing up Norman
Okay.
Jr. to try to make him look like no, he was a champion. I
agree.
I got something. I got something you want.
I agree with you.
Keyshawn don't got jack that anybody
HLD.
wants.
Exactly.
I'm agreeing with you, HLD. Just know that I agree with you. But unfortunately, that was not the narrative across the YouTube space. That's all I'm saying. Yes, logically,
No.
you're right, bro.
I
I'm
think
agreeing with you.
Clay. I was like, look, he's the champion, and he made a strategic move where he did end up getting a payday in Japan.
I'm agreeing with you guys.
And then he had another big payday with Devin Haney. So guess what? He got paid and he got exposure. So what does Keyshawn have?
Right.
Nada.
Exactly. HL. Hold on, right? So the difference, and I wanted to speak on this when 444 said it before, I just forgot to. So the difference is that Brian Norman Jr. had a belt that he was leveraging for money, right? In other words, he knew as long as he had that belt, he had leverage to get other opportunities if Boots passed on him, right? He understood that. If not you, somebody else. Why? Because I got this jewelry here. Everybody wants it. Eventually, somebody's going to come and give me the money I want because they can't get this belt without beating me, and they can't beat me without fighting me, and they can't fight me without negotiating with me.
Correct.
I have this belt. Keyshawn is in a different conversation because he leverages nothing. He's the one pushing for the fight. He's the one looking for an opportunity. So he has no reason to believe that he has something that he can leverage later down the line because he brings nothing to the table except for an ass whooping and not for a lot of money, right? Like he's a potential upset for anybody. I'm going to derail all your plans. I'm a great fighter. So I'm dangerous, and I haven't built up a following to say that I've never even headlined a pay-per-view or done nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I have nothing to leverage as far as on my resume to make this worthwhile to anybody else. So this was an opportunity for him to put himself in those conversations by beating Devin. And that's why I respect Devin so much, because he had the same situation when he fought against Kambosos. And he might have even had more of a legitimate argument just to say that he was holding a belt, right? He was holding a WBC belt at the time that gave Kambosos an opportunity to become a legitimate undisputed champion. Now people will argue it up and down.
And he still took the fight for $2.9 million.
Exactly. And he went. Not only did he take the fight, but he signed for a rematch clause to have to come back to Australia and do it again
for the same 2.9 again.
Yeah,
correct.
He gambled on himself in a big way. So, yes, I understand what you're saying, because what you're basically saying is he thought something, but you're also holding him accountable. I'm not disregarding that. I'm hearing the accountability in what you're saying.
He's trying, Clay. He's trying.
No, he is. He's basically saying that he agrees that this dude played himself, but he's saying that he thought it was going to be something else. That's why he's in this situation. But he's basically saying he's doubling down. I just want to say that so you don't feel like I'm not hearing that.
Oh, no, you're good, brother. I'm listening. I'm listening. You're good.
And listen,
this is his leverage. This is his leverage. He missed weight at 135. He missed weight at 140. He had a failed drug test. He had a backstage brawl. He ducked Devin Haney now 147. And I'm not going to forget, because I know for a fact he was the one who sent himself the banana and watermelons to bring up that Timu version fight that with Berenchek to make it a name. Because besides that fight was nobody talking about it. He was the one who sent himself that shit for publicity. That's how bad this kid is on this shit. I feel bad. I hope somebody's watching him right now. Because who knows where his mental stability is at? I'll be honest with you. Because that ain't good. The entire internet and the entire world of boxing is all against them hard.
Facts. And look, Clay, real quick, because this is the predicament we're in. Norman Jr., he said, damn, little bro. And then he said, he added Bill Haney and said, yo, let's run it. Listen, at the end of the day, we got two types of fighters nowadays. We got fighters that are willing to fight anyone, a la Teofimo, a la Brian Norman Jr., a la Xander Zayas, Shock. Those guys are out there. But, like, at what point are we, the diva shit, like what Keyshawn just did? And not only that, if you remember Hitchens, Keyshawn called Norman Jr. a bum. Well, fight him then. You do a lot of talking, but you don't back nothing up. And I just feel like, are we paying attention? Because that's crazy to me, bro. There's two types of fighters out here right now.
Moving forward, I hope, and I've been putting it out on Twitter Space and whatever it's up, but I'm hoping Bill Haney says cuts the ties with anything to do with the J Prince team, the you said it earlier, the Avengers, the Avengers, and just move on, bro. I like the Norman Jr. fight in Atlanta. Norman Jr., like my man he did call him out. He said, yo, what's up? Let's hey, I'm down with it. I'm okay with that fight. It's a great fight. It's a rematch in Atlanta. I think it'll blow up. They already were trying to make this fight with Keyshawn in Atlanta, right? So why not make it then with Norman Jr.? I think it'll be a hot ticket. And it's going to be a fun fight. I think at least the build up and everything else in between. And I don't think it's going to be the same as the first one. But if it's not that, you got Teofimo. You could wait on Teofimo next month, clean the clock with Rolly. Hopefully that's what's going to happen. And, hey, you got a unification right there and a mega fight. It's a mega fight. And so, I mean, there's a lot of avenues with the zone for Devin Haney to move on if they were to, like, hey, I know we haven't heard an official announcement by the zone that he's signed, but we're going to assume that that's the route that they're on. And
Understood.
So I'm going to say there's a lot more opportunities for them over there as far as there's money and legacy, and you're not tied. So I'm hoping that they go that route. I hope they go that route.
And listen, real quick. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on a second. Let me just Big Herm show in the building with the $2. I appreciate the support, man. Thanks for the color in the chat today, too, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Big Herm says Keyshawn can get $5 million easy. Fight Shakur 144 easy.
Yo, Rage. Hey, yo, he had me rage baiting at the very beginning of that, and then I'm laughing at the end. I'm like, what? Yo,
I agree with him though, man. There's $5 million there. Fight Shakur. There's definitely a bag there. Fight Shakur.
I thought you were gonna say something different, bro. When I read the first part, I thought you were gonna say something different, man.
Mr. Savvy says Mike Coppinger said Key was looking for $5 million on Twitter. Yeah, HLD just said that, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, man. Yeah, this is really a learning opportunity for me, and I would hope for the boxing community, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you're confronted with this with any fighter, and this is for anybody who supports whoever they support, you got to hold your fighter accountable, bro. And Keyshawn's not necessarily my fighter, but I openly have said that I do support him. I think he has a lot of talent. To me, when I see him in the ring, he reminds me of a Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? A young Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? But still, that's what I see in him. And I had a lot of hope for him. You know what I mean? I saw a lot of potential in him. And to a degree, I still do, right? As far as in the ring. But I cannot co-sign nonsense. And I definitely can't take your word. Now at this point, when I see you in the ring is when I see you in the ring. But as far as build up the fights and all of that, man,
yeah, I agree.
He's hurt that conversation in a big way, man. He's hurt that conversation for himself in a big way, bro. And I mean, I got to assume that Jay Prince advised him one way or the other when it comes to this. You know, maybe Keyshawn might have been like, I'm going to still move in a different direction. I don't know. But I think Keyshawn has hurt Top Rank. He's hurt Shakur. He's hurt Jay Prince. And he's hurt his fan base. He's become a big liability across everybody that he's been affiliated with. And everybody has supported, all those people that I mentioned supported him like no other. They supported him. Shakur literally didn't take the fight. He said, I already did it to you with T.O. I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to let you want this fight, champ. That's what you want, Kent. You my brother, bro. You should go get that fight. I'll fall back. You played him, and you didn't take the offer. Jay Prince went and maneuvered, leveraged all type of influence with Gustavo Olivieri, and so did Top Rank, obviously, right? Who knows how Gustavo Olivieri feels about it? He might be like, damn, bro, you made me do all of this, because he's looking on the back end of this to get his 3%, right? I was gonna make some money, so I moved all these pieces. Everybody's criticizing me, say, what did Keyshawn do to deserve this? Why, you made me compromise potentially the integrity of this belt. But on the back end of a great fight, I thought it was going to be worthwhile. But then you just walked away from it. You hurt Top Rank, who put the money up behind you. You hurt Top Rank at the weigh-ins. You're a selfish person, brother. You're a selfish person, brother. And who's going to jump behind that? Even Dana White has to look at this a little weird. He has to look at this a little weird and be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He knows a hype job when he sees one. He's dealt with he knows how to deal with those diva ass fighters he has at the UFC. He knows how it goes when you got those fighters who just turn up. You got the characteristics of somebody who's going to be issues for any big promoter down the line. Any big promoter down the line has to look at this situation and be like, damn, man, if you can do this, then what won't you do? And that's what I said yesterday. I told you I can't let this slide, because you did this, you'll do it again, and you'll do it in a different way. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's you got to wear that jacket on the back end of you doing what's better for you and all that, right? Because I don't know. Like, shout out my brother Triple Four said, I don't know what's going on in the background. You're right.
And Clay, let me ask you a question, because Shakur's involved directly. Because now, why Shakur? Now Shakur's doing cleanup on Twitter, bro. He's begging Dev for the fight. And look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care for it no more. I don't want to see it, bro. We gotta move on from this shit.
Yeah.
Like we gotta move on, because you don't send all of us on around the block, and when we got around the block, the goods wasn't there still. And why what do you think about that, Clay? Shakur begging for the fight when the fight was already there, and you sent Dev to Keyshawn. Like, what's going on? Bro, this gotta be confusing for Shakur fans. It has to be, because I don't get it.
Shout out to Marcus Warren and all the other Shakur fans who are basically saying, hey, Shakur still wants to fight, right? And I get that, right? And I believe Shakur wants to fight. I believe Shakur wants to fight. You know what I mean? I really believe that Shakur Stevenson fell back off the strength of Keyshawn. I really believe he thought Keyshawn was going to, this was his opportunity. I could see that. I know some people might want to shoot that down and say, nah, but I feel like at the end of the day, when you look at it, Shakur made Keyshawn step down. He already had this conversation with Keyshawn, and he took the fight, right? When Keyshawn was number one in the WBO at 140, he got in the way of Keyshawn getting the fight with Teofimo, and he took the fight with Teofimo. He didn't, he made Keyshawn take the back seat and put him on the undercard against Jermaine Ortiz. This one, he was going to, I don't even campaign at 147. I didn't plan on going to 147, but this is a big fight. I can get Dev to come down to 144, but I'm going to make sure that I don't get in the way of this fight happening again. I'm going to give you this chance. But Keyshawn played with your face, Shakur. He played with your face, brother. He played with your face. And now, Shakur, you've lost a lot of leverage and a lot of credibility in the space. And if you want to fight with Devin at this point, you're going to have to make the sacrifice to make it happen, or walk away from it and just go fight Rayo. Like my guy before said, you got these options. Go do your thing. Go fight Rayo. Maybe go get Lamont Roach if he beats William Zepeda. Go get Raymond Mortaya if he beats Conceição. Go do the other things, right? Go send the offer to Gary Antoine Russell. Go do the other things. But as far as that Devin Haney conversation is concerned, ain't no leverage on your side. If you want the fight, it's where Devin wants it, or keep it moving. That's it. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Man, you got Shakur Stevenson. I'm sorry, bro. Shakur Stevenson's on Twitter, bro. He's like a little like a prostitute looking for some game, bro. He said he'll fight me at 144. Fight me now. Fight me, bro. Just 2 minutes ago, he's arguing with fans.
Yeah,
he's arguing with fans. This kid is.
Stock. I'm going to say this. I just saw a Coppinger tweet. I am now of the belief Keyshawn didn't want this fight. He's saying Keyshawn wanted to net $5 million after taxes and fees, a la Brian Norman versus Boots. So he never wanted this fight if he was trying to get paid $5 million after all expenses.
I listen. I've been saying it. I don't think that I thought he wanted the fight at first, but when the process started, extensions, Bro, when they said you got 48 hours to accept the fight, I asked Bill Haney. I said, "What are the 48 hours for?" Oh, we're gonna give them time, and I'm like, "This shit don't make no sense to me, bro. You don't need 1 hour or 5 minutes to take this fight. This your opportunity. Take it." So I knew this shit. It was weird, bro, from the get.
Look at the stuff that this kid Shakur is putting out there. So there's a fan that goes out, why would he fight you at 144 if you the one pressing for the fight now? And then he goes, okay, then no fight, and you fans miss out. I make a shit ton of money regardless. It's not like I'm needed of anybody. This they bid was 6 million on this fight, and when we make more than, I'm trying to read his English here, bro. Make way more than what with me. Don't be stupid. I don't know what you're trying to say. But I don't know is he's arguing with fans out here.
Yeah, but what he's saying, what I heard him say right there is fair play. What he's basically saying is, I'm still not so hungry for the fight, but I'm willing to fight. But if you guys feel like I need to do something I don't want to feel like doing, it's y'all who's gonna miss out on the fight. He's basically saying my money's locked in. I'm good. My deal is 100 with Zuffa. My money's coming one way or the other. So I mean, I got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Keep it, buddy. Keep it, buddy. Go fight. Yeah. Go fight another Padley, buddy.
I don't care. Me personally, I'm done with Shakur. I watch Shakur still, but I don't care about him fighting and Keyshawn. I don't care what he does. I don't care, bro. Like, I'm done, bro. I don't care.
I agree with you. I don't care what Keyshawn does either. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, like I said, I'm not finna boycott. I'm gonna watch the fights. Whenever you fighting, I watch it, bro. I hope it's good fights. You know what I mean? But you'll never get me on that whole entire calling people out and pressing, saying that you want the fights and nobody want to fight you. I ain't drinking none of that Kool-Aid. I ain't jacking none of that bullshit.
Them days is over.
But what you just said, go ahead, read that.
Yeah, unflappable with the $5. I appreciate you, brother. Says Dev should go back to Australia, unify with Liam Power. Why not? Go pick up that IBF, man.
If that happens. But exactly what you said, I said it earlier. I'm like, look, man, it could be another way of just ducking or pricing yourself. And now after reading that Mike Coppinger tweet, it's exactly what I was saying. You could outprice yourself to duck a fight. So it's either you're ducking it or you think you're gonna lose, and so let me try to get paid at least if I feel like I'm gonna lose. And it's one or the other. It's one or the other. But he wanted $5 million net. That means after paying everybody off. That's like $10 million.
But listen, let me add this. For Devin, I feel like there's been too many issues. I mean, listen, whatever happened with the Rolly fight, it is what it is. Dev said whatever the problem was. Listen, at the end of the day, I wanted that fight, but I can't speak on him covering expenses and all that. Listen, I don't know what the hell was going on, but we continue to move on. We've had issues with every champion at this point. So listen, Norman Jr. is down. Go get the lineal and become a lineal champ. Like, because at the end of the day, Liam Paro, look, Keyshawn's in the IBF. He's probably gonna go fight Liam Paro, bro. Like, that's what I personally think. Somebody that Hitchens already beat. It's just like, I don't know, bro. These dudes are weird, bro, and they turned off, bro. I'm turned off by these dudes.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's a big turnoff, man. Hold on one second. I see somebody turning bell asking for the link. There's a Discord and there's the StreamYard if you want to pop up, man. Let me hook up the what you call it too.
I like to hear Attorney Bailey. I haven't heard him in a minute.
And look, let me add this real quick, Clay. I say this, Dev, go get a tune-up, bro. You're already in 8-9 months without fighting, bro. Go get a tune-up. I don't care now. I don't care because you like this fell through. Go get a tune-up, bro. It's fine.
Well, the thing is, I posed a question to Gustavo because I'm assuming Keyshawn is getting dropped. The thing is, I posed. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Okay. I'm really gonna assume that Keyshawn is gonna get dropped from the WBO rankings, but then is the WBO committee gonna then vote in the next mandatory? Is that what they're gonna do?
You know what's crazy?
And looking at the list. Yeah, look, nah, man. Dan is just another Haney insider, bro. He's just gonna repeat what the Haney's telling. But from Gustavo to be the committee is gonna either Norman Jr. is right after Keyshawn, and I think you got Barboza like in the top 5. Oh, Manny Pacquiao's number 4 for Devin Haney.
Bro, I don't want that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, but it's money. But it's money. It's a money fight, regardless of it.
I mean, yeah, maybe retire Pacquiao, but I don't want that, bro.
Hey, there's your tune. Hey, there's your tune-up.
You know what?
I hear you, Clay.
I hear you, Clay.
Yo, I just know that people are gonna drag Dev if he fights Pacquiao, bro. They're gonna drag him. Like, I don't see what comes out of it, but if there's money involved, fuck it, take the fight.
Yo, Stock, bro, you sound like you're in the bathroom, bro.
Oh no, I'm in the hallway stepping up.
Same thing in New York, right?
All right. Mic check. Yeah, that sounds crazy, bro. You out in the real shit, man. That's New York City, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm good now. I just stepped out. I'm good.
Okay.
I was in the hallway.
Man, you was in the cellar, bro. You was up in there, you know what I'm saying?
That's in the dungeon.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Attorney Bailey, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, Attorney Bailey,
what's going on, man? Hey, listen, man, and you know, I'm coming from my experience. And hello to the chat. Y'all not gonna like what I say, but and I got a red cup tonight, so I hope I come clear.
Okay. Sip,
I got a little red cup tonight.
Take your time.
It's Friday. But man, I totally disagree with y'all. I would have told him never. Don't take this. There's not enough money in it. Is this before or after taxes, fees, trainer expenses? You talking about $2 million? Break that down. If he broke that down, okay, $2 million for his skill set versus a monster. We talking about a demon over here. This guy could end your career. And you talking about $2 million? And you haven't made your future nest egg yet for a career-ending fight? Hell no. I would have told him, okay, fighters are supposed to call people out. He's doing what he's supposed to do. If I got a dog, a pit bull, all I want him to know is fist and food. I'm going to kick your ass, tie you to a tree, and feed you. Let me do the rest. Let me go out, get the food, line the matches up. You know, if I'm dog fighting, I'm going to handle that. All I want you to do is train and eat and be fierce. That's it. And call people out. Of course, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But as his management team, hell no. Hell no. Show us the pure numbers. Show us what he gonna get in the end. Don't you guys hear those football players and those baseball players? Well, I did sign this big contract, but after all the expenses, the taxes, and this is how much I actually got. And it's nothing. Guys, this is bird feed. He can
wait. $3 million? What's Attorney Bailey?
There's a market value.
Hold on.
Let him finish.
For his skill set. Of course it is. We're not talking about his skill set. Now, if you're talking about another fighter who maybe doesn't have the skill set that's looking for a big chance, he may have to take it for $100,000. But you're talking about a guy that's highly skilled that could probably make over 3 fights much more than this without that much risk.
And
potentially
let him finish.
Build up. That's why you didn't see Chavez. That's why you didn't see De La Hoya fighting Chavez at an early age. That's why you didn't see certain fighters at an early age fighting those monsters. They waited. But then you guess what? We saw Trinidad fight. What was the guy? Reed. Yep. Reed fought Trinidad early. That ruined him. That he could have made a lot more money. This is the same situation. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Claymore, you look confused. Break it down to how much you actually going to take home.
Okay. The reason I'm looking confused is because he asked for this. He pushed for this, right? And at the end of the day, the money is never my business. I don't get into it that way, right? All I know is that you got in the way of Shakur Stevenson fighting fighting Devin Haney. You got in the way of a whole lot. You got Top Rank to leverage all kinds of influence with the WBO to put you in position. You did all of these things. So yes, he can listen. If him and Jay Prince have come to the conclusion that financially, business-wise, this is not where they wanted to be at, that's their conversation. That's what comes with it, right? But also what comes with it is us as boxing fans. You can't ask us to support you. You can't ask us to do that.
Let me ask you this, Clay.
Clay, off the table, because we know that you're the kind of person who will talk a big talk, but you will not follow through.
What is he supposed to say? I'm scared. I'm not ready.
No. Wait. Coach, attorney, listen, right?
This is prize fighting, not pride fighting.
Thank you.
I'm his team. I'm the logical one on his team, saying, look, man, look. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I would tell it. I know you want this fight right now, but this is not the fight to have. Let me break these numbers to you. And as his lawyer, I'm gonna break the numbers down. It's his job to call people out. Now, what may be more lucrative than $3 million is if he fought Mason. He may get more than $3 million on that fight because you got two young fighters. Wait, hold on. You got two young fighters that's highly skilled, and it's gonna be a war. You might have a little boring in there with Haney, and one guy might be running, but these two guys that's gonna be a war. But even if it's not more money, guess what? If you beat this guy, you potentially get more, your market value goes up extremely higher than this money they offer now. Let me get back because I'm going down another rabbit hole. Play more, break the numbers down, then just
I don't matter. It's not my business, right? So this is the whole. It's simple for a boxing fan, man. At the end of the day, the relationship between me as a boxing fan and a fighter is one thing. You're fighting. That's it. When you fight, our credibility, we got that relationship, right? That I support you because I know you're willing to fight. Your business is your business. You should have taken all those things into consideration before you did everything.
He's not willing to fight.
No, he's not willing to fight.
He's not willing.
He's not willing to fight.
I disagree. He's willing to fight.
Wait. Barely. Factually, he's not willing to fight.
Based on what fact?
Based on the fact that he turned down the fight.
The money not there.
No,
can I respond?
Business. That's not our business.
But it's his.
No,
don't you want to be but don't you want to be paid for your value? Don't you want to be paid for your value? It's like me as an attorney. Hold on. It's like me as an attorney.
You're conflicting things, right?
I'm not. His value is his value.
Because you're concerned.
The open market already gave him his value.
Listen, your concern isn't my concern. You're concerned and you're relating and resonating with his money and his financial situation. Yeah. I'm not resonating.
Yeah, because you don't have to feed his family.
100%.
Let me respond. Let me respond.
He has to feed his family.
Hold on. Let me Attorney Bailey have at it for a second, right? So
he has to feed his family. This is a different type of sport, man. He could lose his life.
That's his business. This is what he chose to do for a living. This is what he chose to do. What I'm telling you is this. He can do all of that. He has the right to do what he's done. But at the same time, as a boxing fan, he cannot ask me to support him the same way I did before. He can't dictate that to me. So he has to take what comes with that, which is you talked a big talk. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not your financial advisor. I don't give a fuck about how you feed your family. Do you give a fuck about how
I get that? No. I got respect for that. But what these fighters are trying not to be.
I don't care, Attorney Bailey. What you're not hearing me is this. It's very clear.
I get that.
Your credibility.
I get that.
Is gone. You're right. There's no more.
Okay, but let me say this. I get.
And me doing all that. That's your business. He can
do. Clay,
He's done.
All right, Clay. Let me say this. let me say this. I respect that, and I respect the chat. I respect the fans, but I understand both sides because I've been in the game a long time. You don't want to be a Gerald McCullen, have to go and get donations. Hold on, because you didn't make a lot of money in a fight that didn't go your way and it ended your career. If you gonna make a fight with a demon like this, it better be for a lot of money.
Norman Jr. did not fight him for all that money. He had a belt. What are we talking about?
Let me have it.
Wait, hold on. Everybody, wait. I don't want to talk. Everybody talking to each other. Hold on 1 second. I just want to read this on the screen. Marcus Warren says, and this is a Shakur fan, Keyshawn fan. He supports him. He says, "LOL, a monster." LOL. Okay, Devin is an elite fighter, but I don't know about him ending Keyshawn careers. LOL. But he could have definitely beat him in a decision for sure. And I agree with him. I think the whole idea that Devin Haney is this guy who's going to go and you just brought up Gerald McKellen up. This is not a Gerald McKellen situation. Devin Haney ain't out here knocking people out of their consciousness. I could have seen if this was Brian Norman Jr., you would have brought that argument to say that he knocked Jin Sasaki out and he couldn't remember his name for 2 weeks. But this is ridiculous, that the idea that Devin Haney is so dangerous and is so menacing that Keyshawn Davis has to make sure that he leaves something for his children if he doesn't come back home after this fight. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Claymore, with all due respect, I understand you. But I've been around for a long time. I watched thousands of fights. Let me tell you something, brother. When you step in that ring, this ain't you don't play boxing. This is a life-threatening sport.
Of course, I understand that.
But there's a market value.
I understand that, right? But at the end of the day...
Okay, if you understand that the money's not enough.
No, listen.
Don't fight.
It's not true because Devin Haney gambled on himself. He went to Australia. He took low money. He went in the backyard. He came back and he fought Kambosos again and rematched him. He bet on himself. Hold on a second, everybody. He bet on himself to be great. Keyshawn made us believe he was betting on himself to be great. I remember Keyshawn Davis.
Devin Haney getting paid for this. He getting paid what he's worth.
I'm talking about,
and he's built his wealth.
I'm talking about George Kambosos when he didn't have the wealth. When he was just trying to get an opportunity, which is what Keyshawn Davis is in a position and where he's trying to get an opportunity. He should have thought about all those things that you're talking about before. He should have known that there was a possibility that this was going to happen this way. He should not have made it all about the money. If this was the case, then he should have just moved his career accordingly, and he should have just allowed Shakur and Devin to have the big fight.
With all due respect, now Devin Haney didn't have the background that Keyshawn has. I believe Devin Haney had to take fights in Mexico and build his way up. Well, Keyshawn got the special tools. I think he's with Top Rank. Was he with Top Rank?
He's an Olympian.
Keyshawn's with Top Rank and an Olympian, yes.
Right, correct. So when you got those special tools, man, you got a gift, and then you need to be paid for it.
Attorney please hold on. Wait. Let me respond real quick. Let me respond to Attorney Bailey real quick. Listen, you're talking about Keyshawn. Not only was he begging for the fight, but listen to this. He lost the belt on the scales. He got a no contest because he was getting high. He struggled to make weight at 140. He jumped the dude in the locker room, brother. So what you're telling me? How is this guy worth more than Norman Jr., who was the champ with multiple defenses? Like, help me understand, why does Keyshawn deserve more money than the champion and #1 ranked welterweight in the world? Help me understand this, because I'm not getting it.
I can do that simply. I don't watch too many fights, too many years. Keep fighting, keep beating them dynamic. The public gonna have a thirst to see you. They'll pay it. You just keep winning and stop fucking up. He's fucking up now. But if he keeps winning and keeps winning dynamic, he'll get the bag. The bag will come. Now that's what
the bag came. The bag did come, and he didn't get it.
There ain't no bag.
Hold on. Wait, Attorney Bailey didn't respond.
There ain't no bag. Not with his tools.
Hold on. Wait, everybody, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second here, because there's somebody else I want to bring up here. That hey, OTMZ, I just need your camera to come on real quick. I don't know who you are, bro, and this is a perfect opportunity for somebody to flash a dildo on my show. and fuck up my money. So
no,
yeah, I mean, like DuckTales just did when he turned on his camera, man.
Turn on your camera right quick. Turn on your camera right quick so I know who I'm dealing with. And if you looking right, you can close the camera and I'll pull you up. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's a brother, man. Okay. My bad. You can close your camera if you don't want your camera to be on, or I'm gonna pull you up. Just pull you up. Okay. There you go.
Let me know if I could finish because Attorney Bailey didn't. Okay, Attorney Bailey, I asked you a question. You're telling me they gave Keyshawn $3 million, a one-time champion at 135 pounds, right? Just got to 147, hasn't done anything at that weight class, and I told you all the issues he's had. I got Norman Jr., the number 1 ranked welterweight in the world, coming off. Wait, can I finish? Can I finish? Coming off 2 defenses, right? How is it that he deserves? Let alone it was a turkey card. This isn't. So even Dev is taking a giant pay cut, which I think is market value, $6-7 million. Dev should be able to take that for a fight. How is it that you're telling me that Keyshawn deserves more than Norman Jr. and more than half of what Devin got?
Let me explain. Let me explain. I'm with you guys. I'm with the chat. Believe it or not, I want to see the fight. All right. I believe that you done talk so much shit that y'all need to fight. I believe that people need to fight because, like they did back in the day, they didn't give a damn about. They fought, but the money wasn't there. I'm with the chat. I'm with you guys. But as a legal person, I do this for a living. That looks at the future and the consequences. It will be my job to advise him. The money's not there. The money is just not there. You can call people out, and that's what he's supposed to do. Let me ask you something, Stop. What is he supposed to do? You're supposed to call out the top guy.
He's supposed to take no. He's supposed to take the fight when he's the mandatory. Which, let me tell you something. You don't know what Rohan Polanco would do to be in that position. You don't know what a lot of guys are willing and capable of doing just to get the same mandatory position that Keyshawn flushed down the toilet for money that he's never touched in his life. This is a man that hasn't made more than $1 million in his career. What are we talking? This is triple in one fight.
That's a fact.
And not only that, if he wins, hold on, Attorney Bailey, wait, I got a few more words. If Keyshawn wins, he's the man. Like, no, bro, there's no way that, because you're still not answering my questions. He's not worth more than $3 million. That was actually an overpay.
May I say something?
Stop. Let me say this to you. Okay? His future income, you looking at right now, he could take far less risk and build up over time a significant amount of money that he could have a nest egg for his family.
Than what's happening, Bailey.
This is just a horrible argument. I'm sorry, Attorney Bailey. It's a horrible argument. I got to be honest with you because the reality is a loss against Devin Haney is not going to end his career. It'll build him. George Kambosos lost like 4 fights in a straight damn row and still got his biggest paydays afterwards. He still aged like wine. He still gave legitimacy to Richardson Hitchens. He still brought legitimacy to Vasily Lomachenko, and Vasily knocked him out. He still brought big fights across the table.
Okay, we're gonna all right. This is what I'm saying, guys. I agree with you. Listen, I am in agreement with you guys, but I totally agree. But I have to, as a reasonable person, I have to look at the risk of it with his skill set and his potential. He could make more money.
Doesn't have that potential.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Everybody, hold on a second. Attorney Bailey, you're looking at this from an attorney and a business point of view, and I can respect that. But this is a boxing. We're covering. We're not doing business here. That's not our business. Like, so what you're saying is not that what you're saying is maybe all the way wrong or right. What you have to understand, what I'm trying to get you to understand at least, is that we don't care. Right. And it's important to say that because that's not what we're here to do as boxing fans. I agree. I want the same thing. situations. At the end of
Okay,
the day,
Claymore, get this. As a fight fan, I'm a fight fan, a lifetime fight fan. I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you.
If you did,
Okay, hold on. Let me finish. Okay, I agree.
That red cup hitting hard.
Claymore, break the numbers down.
no,
Why don't you just break the numbers down?
I'm not going to break the numbers down.
Okay, you know why you're not going to break the numbers
I
down?
don't care.
We don't care.
Because the numbers not going to make, they're going to put logic in it. And
Wait a
once you
minute,
put
Clay.
logic,
Attorney Bailey.
Attorney Bailey.
Give me, hold on.
Go ahead, bro.
Attorney Bailey. I think as much as I think we're gonna care about on this panel about the money is that you get your fair market value of what it is today, and the fair market value spoke. It spoke yesterday on an open that there was only 2 people bidding on him, not the whole world. Only 2 people, and one of them was his contemporary. So that tells you that his market value today is what they offered.
you know what I would tell him? HD, you know what I would tell him? Shut the fuck up, fight.
Thank you.
I would say, shut the fuck up and hold on, not this fight. I would say, shut you. Hold on, let me finish.
I thought we got him.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
I thought we brought him home.
No. Let me finish. I would tell him, look, you fucking up. You need to get your ish together and fight. If you fight, then you'll get the $8 million and the career stuff that you can retire on. But right now, you effing up. So you worth $2 million. You worth what they're putting out there. And then you're going to go out and call him out? Yeah, the fight fans going to want to see it. Yeah, they're going to call you a duck. So now you're going to have to take it. Get your ass out there. Stay in shape. Stay off Twitter. Fight your way to the $8 million. When you win, when you fight and win, the money will come.
I hear you, Attorney Bailey. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree. I gotta be honest with you because I hear what you're saying, but this is the fight. Fight this fight and make your way to the 8 million. Take this 2 million and fight this fight. First of all, Keyshawn, are you going to beat Devin or not? Are you going to beat Devin or not? Hell yeah, I'm gonna whoop his ass. And what are we talking about? We'll go whoop his ass. If you can beat him, go do that. You have an opportunity to do that, and you think you can. If Tiger Johnson right now would have been offered $1 million to fight Devin Haney, I promise you he would have got his ass up in there and fought him.
What about Rohan Polanco?
He don't have the skill set. Is Tiger Johnson an Olympian? Does he have the skill set as this guy? No, he don't. He has to take that.
Attorney Bailey, can I jump in?
This versus his value.
Hold on. I wanted my guy. I was trying to get to the guy who was on here. He just got off. Hopefully he comes back. I wanted him to get a chance to build on this.
Hey, Claymore, I'll leave. Hey, guys, it was wonderful. Thank you for giving me my platform.
Stay on, Attorney.
No, man, I can't do that. Other people want to come and talk.
No,
I want to learn. I might be wrong. I want them to be
there. Wait. Everybody, hold on, because we got more people and my guy's back. The guy who's on here is back. Number one. Number two, hold on. Let me go through the super chat so I can get off the screen. My guy offshoot everything with the $5. I appreciate you, family. Says if Devin and Shakur don't fight, if Devin and Shakur don't fight, they're realistic. Level of competition options are similar. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Exactly. I agree with that.
I want to bring up. I want to let 444 go ahead and tap in because I know he wanted to say something.
No, Clay. Let the new guy go. I'll wait. I'll be patient.
I appreciate you. OTMZ. What's good, family?
What's up, man? Hey, I appreciate you letting me on your panel, man. It's the first time I'm here, bro.
I can't hear Clay. Damn streaming.
I like these kind of conversations, right? My thing is, Haney wasn't even really worried about Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis was the one pressing the mandatory button. Hey, I'm his mandatory. He gotta fight me. What you looking for other fights for? And I'm your mandatory. You gotta fight me. You know what I'm saying? Then they offered you $3 million. You thought you was gonna get more money from the purse bid. You turned it down. Then you went to the purse bid, thinking you was gonna get more money from the purse bid. You didn't get it, and now you want to pull out and withdraw from the fight, man. It's just a bad look. However you want to slice it. Dude want to talk about business and career and all this stuff, bro. You gotta fight your way to the top, man. Point blank. Period. You gotta fight your way to the top.
Look, I'm gonna add this.
He's never made more than $1 million in his life doing a fight. So his market value is they actually gave him more than what he's valued. He's never made this much money ever. He has 15 fights, bro. Keyshawn Davis is not what people. Is he a talented fighter? Yes. But he's not a megastar, bro. He's not like one of them. He's not a household name, bro. He's not a tier 1 boxer. So for him to be out here turning down millions of dollars in a fight that he's never seen before, I don't know. It just looked like he ducking to me. And it looked like a lot of people duck Devin Haney to me. Devin Haney's trying to line it up with everybody, and it seems like everybody is ducking Devin Haney. Debo.
I can't be mad at.
Hey,
Stock. Wait, Attorney Bailey. Wait, because I got to bring in Drew. I know he's having connection issues as well. So while he got the opportunity, Drew, go ahead, and then I'm gonna pop in on Stock because I know Stock was gonna say something.
It's just going back to my ethos right now with boxing. Like, none of these American fighters do anything to move the needle to me. They don't fight enough. None of them fight enough to ever get to the level of Floyd, Canelo, or Oscar, and that's just the facts. There's 2 times a year in their 20s, and they're in their 20s, Clay, and they're fighting like they're in their 35s and their 30s. They're never gonna reach the status of getting a Super Bowl commercial like Canelo, or just being a megastar like Manny or Floyd or Oscar was. So
I agree.
It's disheartening.
We all agree with that. I totally agree.
Yeah. It's disheartening to see these guys act like this. And then on top of that, they don't fight enough to even see how good they really can be. Like, they're not in it day in and day out. Like, look at when Floyd was fighting 4 or 5 times a year. You saw him in the pocket. You saw him doing the stuff he does on the pads in the ring.
True.
Oh,
hold on, bro. What's your name? Hold on. What's your name?
Drew.
Okay, Drew, you have to say names because you can't put guys like Devin.
Devin only fight. Devin and Tio don't fight enough to reach that apex, bro. That's just
hold on. Listen to me. At the end of the day, when we're talking,
I agree.
Listen. Go
ahead, Doc.
Yeah, when we're talking, listen. Yeah, like for Attorney Bailey, man, you're tripping me out with saying that Keyshawn deserves more money. When, bro, what accolades does he have or what has he done? We're talking about Tio beat Lomachenko. Those are real, like those are real wins. Lineal champ, defenses under his belt. Like, so we have to, like, okay, they fight 2 times a year. But Devin, for example, he's moved up. He's fought champions. Tio, he's taken risk. He's fought God. Like,
I'm not going to give them credit. I'm not going to give them. Hold on.
You put words in my mouth.
I'm not going to give them credit for stuff pound for pound fighters are supposed to do.
Do
you think I'm going to give them extra credit for shit Inouye's doing, for shit Usyk's doing, for shit Crawford's doing?
Let me say this. Stock, you putting words in my mouth, man. I didn't say that he deserved more money. You're right.
Yeah, that's my
yes, you did.
Crawford took 10% to fight Canelo.
One at a time.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying.
One at a time.
Let me explain, okay? Based on his skill set and tools, he could get more money.
No, he can't.
Okay, that's your position. That's your opinion.
No, that's the position. That's it. That's the position he's in. That's where he's at right now. This is his problem. This is the conundrum for him. The problem is he can't get more money.
Let me ask you this. Let me say this. Right, maybe right now, but if he, like old boy, just okay. Hold on. Let me finish.
You just having
the young man, whatever his name was, just made a very important perspective and a point. I'm glad the young man came on. His ass ain't fighting enough. And then when he's supposed to fight, he messing up. He effing up. He not showing his tool set. He is this guy. Keyshawn can fight. He can. And he worth more than this.
No,
Trust me. Just because. Listen.
Attorney Bailey, wait. Attorney Bailey, right? This is what I want you to understand. And I know you chilling. I know the red cup is probably almost empty now. I don't know if you refilled it already.
Listen.
But hold on one second, right?
I ain't drinking no moonshine. I know what I'm doing.
I know. Listen, I hear the tenure in your voice, bro. This is not your first rodeo. You got this. I know you got this. But so I have a car in my driveway, okay? The car is missing a front right tire. And the transmission is slipping a little bit. But it's a Mercedes-Benz. I'm selling my Mercedes right now. I cannot price my Mercedes as a car that has the front tire and the transmission isn't slipping. Even though it says S550 on the back. It's not the same as another S550 that's functioning completely the way it's supposed to be, right? So what you're basically saying is Keyshawn is an S550. But yo, he fucked up. He's missing his front tire and the transmission is slipping. But what you keep on trying to say is that it's still worth more money because it's an S550.
Hold on. No. You're making my point, and I'm glad you went there. Hold on, you're making my point.
Hey, Clay, you can't give away that Mercedes with that transmission.
Clay, that's an easy one. Okay, that's an easy one.
Very easy, actually.
All right.
Same thing. Clarissa Shields said she would have took the fight.
Hold on. Let him talk.
Hey, man, can I respond?
Go ahead.
That's an easy one, Clay. You sell it for market value. Of course, that Mercedes ain't worth that. You fix all that stuff and you sell it, it's going to be worth more than that. What I'm saying is he got some stuff he can fix. And guess what? Because that Mercedes is a special car with a special skill set operating at his highest level, you don't have to sell it for like you got a broke transmission. He got a broke transmission right now.
Man, hold on. Hold on, man. We were going crazy about boots.
Stop. You didn't let me finish. I didn't.
Go ahead, brother. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, Clay, that was a bad analogy, but you got a broke transmission, bro. That's what I tell him. You got a broke transmission, so you got to take this. You got to take this. Now, hold on. Now, if you fix your transmission, you're going to get what you value that, because this is what you are. You are the top of the line car. You are worth this, so we can get the value of the market. And you're Clay, that's my point. He needs to go back and fix himself up. Stop BSing. Stop BSing. I want to see the fight.
Hold on. What's the BS? The BS is that you put the Mercedes on the market for sale as if it didn't have a bad transmission and a missing tire. So shouldn't the person who's doing that be held accountable for doing that fuck shit?
Of course.
Right? So if I come to your crib and you said it's for sale, you got a for sale sign on the front, and you told me ready to go now. That's what you said in the sign. I pull up to your crib, I see the missing front tire, and you're telling me it has a slipping transmission. I am going to adjust my price offer if I offer anything at all. For you to play this game with me like, nah, man, it's worth more money. You know what? I'm taking it off the market. That's some bullshit.
Listen. I'm just telling you how I'd advise him. What he does is what he does. I would say, look, you fix your transmission, shut your mouth, get in the ring and fight, and you win. And you win dramatically. You can get anything you want.
Listen, it sounds like, Attorney Bailey, it sounds like that's what happened, right? It does. It sounds like what happened is he wrote a check his ass couldn't cash. It sounds like he put a check out there and there was no money in the bank. It sounds like, yeah, on the back end of all of this bullshit that he's done, the best advice you could give him is let's fix this and go fight more and shut up, and let's not go through.
I agree. Attorney
Bailey, you're assuming.
He's right.
You're assuming that the people.
Hold on, right? So what I'm saying is, up until this point, the accountability that the space is holding him to It's fair play. It's
fair. Oh yeah,
it's what he deserves. It's not about.
Oh yes. I'm a fight. Listen, I'm for the fight game. I'm not for a fighter. I just tell you how. Hold on, man. Clay, you are right. You are correct.
Well, what are you arguing?
I would say, look, you talked a lot of ish. You stepped out there. You saw your value wasn't worth shit because you ain't done shit in the ring.
He was offered.
You go out. Hold on. Build yourself back up. Fix your transmission. We know how much your value is, or you take this.
But he just did that, Bailey. He messed up for a whole year, and they brought him back. He had a fight. He had 2 fights this year, so he already fixed himself up, and now he's at the Big Dance Boys show, and he took a shit.
Not even that.
He took a shit. I mean, if you want to think about it,
who's going to pay for this? Who's going to pay for him to fix this shit?
Top rank? It's already fixed. He's ready to go, and he now took his shit and the biggest dance. The thing is, how much more money is he gonna make in his next fight? You ain't gonna make $2 million.
Can I answer that? Can I answer that?
No, hold on, Bailey.
Let me answer that.
Bailey, hold on, Bailey. You telling me he's gonna make more money? How much money do you think Keyshawn Davis is gonna make in his next fight now? He's gonna be making back to $900,000, maybe $1 million if that. Maybe.
Let me answer that. He go out and beat Mason. He go out and beat Brian Norman. Hell, you might be worth more than that $2 million you fighting for now. You got to fix that.
Not against those guys. They're not bigger profile name than Devin Haney.
Hold on. You got to fix that transmission.
He's already fixed. He messed up last year.
You're making a lot of assumptions that Top Rank still wants to even be in the Keyshawn Davis business or any promoter now.
Let me tell you something. Let Top Rank drop it. Top Rank is known for getting world-class fighters, not just they don't forget now, they found Crawford. They found what's the Japanese fighter.
Anyway.
They known for getting
Attorney Bailey. Keyshawn hasn't done. Wait, hold on. Keyshawn, wait a minute, because I shitted on Boots for what he's done, and I'm gonna tell you something. Listen. By far, Boots has.
Help me, Clay.
When we're talking about resumes, why are you giving Keyshawn all this respect? He hasn't. He went to 140 and even fight a champion. Like, what are we talking? Who has he fought? Jermaine Ortiz?
Listen. Wait. Attorney Bailey, hold on. Sock Chasers, hold on. I know I got OTMZ wanted to tap in, and I got Kenyo Taylor also who's coming on the back end of that. But go ahead, OTM.
My thing is, it can't always be what happened. It can't always be about money, bro. What happened to wanting to be the best? What happened to chasing greatness?
Okay.
Like what happened to want to be the best fighter? Like when we don't care about no money, bro. I want to show the world, nigga, I'm better than you. What happened to that?
You do both?
What happened to that?
Why can't you do both?
That's what the game missing right now, bro.
Okay,
everybody keep worrying about paycheck.
Listen, man.
Wait, Attorney Bailey, we can't do this. We can't have a conversation. You got to let him land his plane. Go ahead.
What happened to chasing the greatness, man? You want to be this big time, like I said. Like we all know, Keyshawn Davis ain't made over $1 million in a fight.
Go.
You want to get to that point. You got to go beat somebody. You got to go take a belt from somebody. Crawford took 10% to go show the world that he's better than Canelo. He took 10% to go show the world he's better than Canelo. To go show the world that he's better than Canelo, he took 10. So I'm not trying to hear about the money and nothing. Is you better than him or not? You say you is, so let's go see it. Let's go see it. And if you go whoop Devin Haney and you go strip him of what he earned and you go take it, everything that you asking for is gonna be handed to you.
What's that famous Ric Flair saying? To be the man, you gotta what?
Wait, hold on, Attorney Bailey, wait, because I'm gonna let Drew come in, but I gotta let Kenyo come in as well. But first, let me read the super chat here. Hustler's Home with the $10. I appreciate you, man. It says here, that man is getting shelved. This is third time costing TR millions. Ask Mikey Garcia. Hey, man, I don't know if he's going to get shelved, but I'm going to let you know right now. I agree with the consistent thing that he's saying here at the bottom, which is he's costing Top Rank too much money moving the way he is, bro. I'm sorry.
Correct.
He is costing Top Rank too much, bro. At some point or another, he has to be accountable for this type of shit. This is diabolical movement here. Kenyo Taylor, what's good with you, family?
What up, man? Hey, happy to be unblocked.
I didn't block you, man.
Yeah. Hey, I looked up, man.
You're on here.
I looked up. I had 86K. I was like, oh shit, I'll be back tomorrow then. Fuck.
Oh, that wasn't me. That's somebody else who did that to you. Clearly, it wasn't me.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I was gonna come at it from a different angle. Because I know we've been shitting on Keyshawn all day, and I technically had Keyshawn ducking, which is what I picked from the beginning. You could go back and listen to all my calls on your channel.
That's true.
I had Keyshawn ducking. But the other thing I'm thinking about is maybe we're looking at it from Keyshawn's angle, but I don't think we're looking at it from Dev's angle. So let's say it went to purse bid, and you guys know I'm gonna bring him up. If it went to purse bid with Tank, and Keyshawn was getting 25%, I'm thinking it's a lot higher. The purse bid's gonna be a lot higher than Keyshawn only getting $3 million.
Correct.
What you think about that?
Well, first of all, a fight like that's never going to go to purse bid because they don't do that. Those kind of fights don't go to purse bid. So there's no example of a fight with someone that big of an A-side going to purse bid.
Okay, so you prove my point, which is maybe I know we're looking at Keyshawn like he ducked or whatever, but maybe he thought Devin Haney was a bigger draw than
That's
what
what
Devin
I was
Haney
saying.
actually has proven to be.
No. What he was doing, he was counting. Well, if DAZN's giving Dev this much, maybe they'll give me no. What Devin's getting from DAZN has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Why you counting his money with his deal? That's his leverage. That's his business. Him and his daddy doing. You don't get an E from that. That's none of your business. This is what your fair market value is worth.
Okay,
End of story.
Okay, and so I'll give you that. But my whole thing in a nutshell is I'm just basically trying to see where the lawyer's coming from. And I'm like, maybe we're not thinking about it right. Maybe Keyshawn thought that if he got this Devin fight, that it would get him the kind of payday that Shakur is getting now.
Exactly.
Or what he would get if he would have fought Tank or something.
I hear you, thinking that. Go ahead.
No, because I actually was going to pass it to Drew, but I want to just say this, right? For Attorney Bailey, and it's not for you to answer back to Attorney Bailey. I know already how you feel about it.
So, man, you hold me out.
No, listen. I'm not even. It's not even about that, right? What I'm trying to say is, and even for Kenyo Taylor and anybody in the chat who's processing, trying to jump into the mind of the financial leverage that Keyshawn Davis and his team are trying to manage, as boxing fans, that's none of our damn business, right? So yes, maybe there's a good chance that what Attorney Bailey said, what Kenyo Taylor's talking about, all these things can be legitimate. He thought this, he thought that. Bottom line is, what he didn't think is that he's great enough to beat Devin Haney enough to where he doesn't care about the money. See, the greats, they take the chances. When it was time for, and I love the example that Drew used with Terrence Crawford. When it was time for him to make the fight with Canelo Alvarez, he didn't turn it into a money issue when he knows he pressed for the fight. He was like, I pressed for this too long. This guy didn't even want to fight me. So if this guy's getting $150 million to fight me and I'm only walking away with 50, so be it. I'm not going to make it a hold on. He's getting this. I pushed for this. I said I wanted to fight. I moved up in weight. He didn't even want to fight me. So Keyshawn's in the same position to where he pushed for this fight against all odds. He moved out a weight class, 140, came to 147. He leveraged influence with the WBO to be put as a mandatory. He forced Devin Haney's hand and put him on the chopping block of either having to vacate his belt or defend it. He did all those moves in this final hour before the decision is made. You cannot walk away from this and say all of a sudden.
Play more. Can I, let me answer.
Hey, let me go real quick because I haven't been able to go that much. All right,
wait, Kenyo, wait.
Let the host finish.
Wait, hold on, right? So at the end of the day, you don't get here and all of a sudden become expensive. You don't.
I agree.
You don't get to come into this conversation at this point, and all of a sudden, you have to pay me more money. What?
I agree as a fight fan. As a fight fan, I agree. I'm agreeing with you guys. But logically, that's not what he should. I wouldn't advise him to do that. Now, let me ask you this, Clay, and just think about this. Back in the day, the money wasn't there. You had to fight to make money. You had to fight legacy fights to make money. You had to fight several. Today, the money is there. Why not do both? You can still fight for legacy and money. What's wrong with that?
Because the money is
there. The money is there if they want it to be there. They're not just there because it's there. Let me ask you this. When Devin Haney fought Brian Norman, who was the champion?
Brian Norman.
You know how much Brian got paid, attorney?
I'm not sure. No, I don't.
He got $3 million. Why the fuck would fucking Keyshawn Davis think he bringing more to the table than the belt, get more than Brian Norman got when he was the champ? Where's the logic in that? Where's the logic? Where's the logic?
Hold on. I got logic for it, but because
wait. And add this. That was turkey money. So on top of that, right? That was turkey money, and he got the $3 million. So
okay, hold on. Let me just say this. I want to answer that a certain way, but Brian Norman, my guy, man, there's certain things I'm just not gonna say.
I know what you're gonna go. I know what you're gonna say.
I think you
I'll
just
say it for you.
I'm not gonna do that. That's my guy. But look, okay. But what I will say is this, man. Look, let me tell you something. We like the young man saying, we sitting here kicking Keyshawn Davis, but one of the most brilliant team out there are the Haneys. They fucking brilliant. Brilliant.
Facts.
They brilliant. They making money. And they doing it. Trust me. They got a great promotional team behind them. I'm watching the way they move. The fighter ain't saying nothing. He ain't unlike Keyshawn. He ain't saying nothing. He training. His dad out there. They taking the fights that they know that they can win.
Okay, Attorney Bailey. I got people who trying to talk, so I appreciate you. Hold on a second. Just give me a second.
Hey man, I got a road because I want to listen to these guys.
Okay,
I want to listen to them.
Stay right there.
Hey guys, thank you for giving me a platform. Thank you for letting me put my perspective on here. If you can't have a channel without disagreeing agreeably, I want to be on the motherfucker.
Let's go.
Play more.
Hold on. Before we go, wait. Before we go, I got to pull up the this guy Ro. Salute to you, family. What's good?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me, Clay?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What's good?
Hey, I don't usually call in.
Yes, sir.
But I wanted to call in to give you your flowers today.
Oh, thank you.
Because I seen you through Blue.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie. I stopped rocking with you.
Oh,
because I felt like you don't keep it 100. But tonight, you gained my respect. You called it right down the middle, and you finally stopped the bullshit. And I appreciate it. Nah, seriously, I appreciate it. Because anybody that can't see what this is tonight is just a hater. Nah, seriously, they a hater. But you made real valid points tonight. You called it straight down the middle, and I just want to salute you for that. I really do. You did your thing. Hey, hold up. And 444.
Yeah.
Is that you White Mike?
No.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
He said
I
no.
hear you. I said no.
Because I think he over here trying to switch his name up and over here doing some bullshit, but it's cool.
No, I'm not White Mike.
I think that's White Mike.
No, I'm not White Mike.
What you think? Is Stock still on here?
No, he'll be back. He probably had a bad connection or something.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ro, you there? Can you hear? Ro got a bad connection.
Yeah, it's that StreamYard, man. Every time someone pops in, StreamYard acting up lately.
StreamYard's acting up?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any issue. I mean, I
Well,
haven't
because
had any
I don't
issue.
have
for
no
me,
issue.
every time someone pops on or pops off, I have to like reset because I can't hear.
Maybe,
Oh, my bad.
maybe it's on the mobile app that's messing
Well,
up.
not my
for you guys.
bad. This is StreamYard's bad. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I appreciate you keep coming back up though, Drew.
Maybe you got to go on the app directly or something.
Clay, I didn't really finish what I didn't really finish where I was
Go
going.
ahead, Kenyo. Go ahead, Kenyo.
Yeah.
Stop laughing, White Mike.
But the
Not
whole
White Mike.
thing, the whole thing that I was mentioning is where because deep down in my heart, you know, Clay, I've been calling in and writing in the chat for days. Like I had Keyshawn ducking this fight. But at the same time, I can kind of feel with Attorney Bailey was saying too, because it's like when you initially enter this fight, you're assuming that it's worth more than it is. And for you to take this fight this early in your career when you're only 15-0 could impact your career in a highly negative way. And at the same time, it can boost your career, like if he wins. But I just that's really, Clay, I've been calling in saying for day after day that I'm like, I got Keyshawn ducking this fight. And really,
Hey, can y'all
thought
hear
about
me?
it, and I was like,
Yeah, Sean.
similar to Brian Norman Jr. I'm like, yeah, he done beat some people up. Yeah, he got hands. Yeah, he can fight. Yeah, he's a good boxer. Everything like, but I'm like, I see this fight going the same way that it just went for Brian Norman Jr., where it's like you're kind of green, you're kind of new to this, and you're getting with a dude that's really like that really knows how to pick people apart and find your best attributes and take them away from you. And I'm like, I just really always felt like Keyshawn was gonna duck this fight, and so once he did, it was like it wasn't a surprise for me. But
Okay.
I'm thinking like Attorney Bailey proved a point to me that it was like, okay, if I'm gonna take this fight, risk my O, because Brian Norman Jr. you got to admit, Clay, Brian Norman Jr. took a major hit when he lost to Devin.
No, he didn't.
And I'm like, okay, if I'm Keyshawn, I'm thinking in my head too, like,
No, wait. Brian Norman Jr. did not take a hit. He's still number 2 in the WBO rankings. He's still Devin Haney's way to become a lineal champion. He didn't take no hit. His stock is still high. He's still up there in the Ring magazine. He's number 2 on the rankings, and he's still the highest ranking guy behind Keyshawn Davis and Arnold Barbosa to get a fight with Devin Haney. His stock didn't go up because you can't take a loss against a great fighter in your stock. Did Canelo Alvarez stock go down when Terrence Crawford beat his ass? No. Errol Spence's stock didn't go down when he got his ass beat by Terrence Crawford. He was put in as number 1 for a WBC belt at 154. On the back end of that, they ranked him and they just put him all the way at number 1. Teofimo Lopez just lost to Shakur Stevenson. He's rolled right into another title fight with Rolly Romero. When you fight great fighters, your stock doesn't go down; it goes up. Unless it's like when you think about it, with Teofimo Lopez, it was a one-sided ass whooping. He had no moments in that fight, but he still is getting ready to fight with Rolly Romero. Not only is he about to fight with Rolly Romero for a title, the Zone doubled down and gave him a bunch of millions of dollars and gave him a partnership to be a promoter. So his whole entire stock went up on the back end of a loss. So no, Kenyo Taylor, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, welcome to the channel. You know what I mean? You're going to learn a lot over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to put you on game about how this game really works. You know what I mean? That's not the way it works. When you fight great fighters, you don't lose your value because you lose against them. You lose your value when you lose against bums. When you go in the ring with Nahir Albright and you get stunned, you lose some value. When you don't make weight to fight Edwin De Los Santos, and then Edwin De Los Santos goes ahead and gets knocked out in the second round by Rayo Venezuela, you lose stock. When you waste your time fighting nobodies and looking average or taking losses, that's how you lose your stock. You do not lose your stock for getting in the ring with greatness, with undisputed lineal champions, multiple weight class champions, and lose your stock. History does not co-sign that idea. So I'm gonna put you on hold for a second because I got other people in the building. Shout out to Prince Steve. Prince Steve, what's good with you, brother? Prince,
Bro,
you there?
what's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Man, I just got to talk to somebody about boxing because, I mean, what the hell happened with Keyshawn, man? I'm disappointed, man. Like, I've been following this brother, man. I when I watched him stop Ortiz, I was like, man, this dude gonna go to the next level and dominate, man. I was just thinking, like, man, he could really take on Dev and give Debo a hard time with that punching style he got, where he come inside. And I was just thinking, like, dang, man, Debo showed some vulnerability when he fought Ryan. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, Keyshawn can expose that, man. Keyshawn got power in both hands. And I'm like, I'm more disappointed about it because I'm like, dang, bro, you don't feel confident enough that you could just take this fight and that you got a chance. That's what disappointed me. Plus, I'm from Atlanta, and I was hearing that the fight could possibly be down here. And I was getting prepared for all of that. And then this man gonna chump out. He gonna chump out the last minute, man. I'm just, it's just one of them things that, because you can't talk with everybody about boxing. But it's one of them things that, man, it hurt my soul. And I'm like, dang, bro. Could Bob give him the $5 million that he wanted just to, I know he ain't a pay-per-view star yet. I know he ain't, they don't look at him like he worth that type of money. I just think when you win at 147, it takes you into another stratosphere. That's another thing. I know he didn't make weight, and that's why he couldn't keep his belt over there at 135. But man, I'm disappointed about that, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Obiyama Joy is our MD. I know I just butchered your whole shit. I know I just did. My bad. I gave it the best shot, but I appreciate you becoming a member, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
May I ask you a question, Clay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and for anybody else, I can answer. When you're getting ready to leave Top Rank, when you have one fight left on Top Rank or etc., what is Top Rank normally known to do when they know that you have no plans of staying with them? Typically,
they set you up for the wet up.
They set you up for the wet up, right? This is why I say there's more that meets the eye with this, and I do agree with what you're saying, Clay, when you talk about looking at it from a fight fan standpoint.
Right.
I agree. Unfortunately, today's boxing, I think it doesn't allow us to just simply be fight fans because they pollute the airways with money, unfortunately. I mean, if it was all about just the fight, we would never hear about this person rejected $3 million and there's this deal over here for this X amount of dollars. I mean, it's always about money and how money influences the choice and the decisions of these fighters. Unfortunately, I get you. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, from a fight fan standpoint, I would love to just sit here and just not and pretend that these things don't influence and don't, have any place. But unfortunately, it does. And if I'm being fair, I honestly think that's why I said what I said. Like, I really think this dude really thought that the fight as a whole was just going to be more valuable. And he played himself. And unfortunately, that wisdom that you're talking about, which is, hey, listen, it's not what you think, but you know what? For the sake of your fans, you might need to just go ahead and bite the bullet. You might have to take this one. So I agree with you in that regard as well. But then also, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't like the comparisons of like Devin Haney to go fight Kambosa. I mean, that's just not like Kambosa is not like Keyshawn fighting Devin Haney is not a Devin Haney fighting Kambosa. It's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's just not the same. I mean, Kambosa.
Yeah, those are four belts.
Wait, hold on. Dive in that a little deeper for me because pause. By the way, that sounded crazy.
Yeah,
but elaborate a little deeper into that. The reason I'm asking you to do that is because just go ahead, elaborate.
Okay.
So what do you mean that it's not the same?
Well, the reason being is that Kambosos at that particular time, yes, he was a champion, but not all champions are equal. So he obviously was the weaker of the champion. And Devin Haney, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think any fighter that had that particular opportunity to go with, because no one thought that Kambosos was going to actually beat Tio. The Tio losing that fight, which was a very controversial fight, I must say. It was one of those fights. It's the boxing game. So when the opportunity came, you absolutely correct. I don't blame Devin Haney for taking $2 million to go fight Kambosos, to go get a belt, to go to make history, to do that. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. That's not the same as a Devin Haney or a Keyshawn fighting Devin Haney. That's number one. Number two, back to the Brian Norman thing. I don't like the comparison of like, whoa, he had a belt. Once again, another example. Not all champions are equal. First of all, Brian Norman Jr., it was not established that he was the number one. I don't care where he was ranked. He did not fight other 147 champions to establish that he was. You can laugh, HOD. Here is the problem with boxing. We ascend people because of politics. He was put in a certain place, but he had not proven that he was the top 147 pounder at that division. That is the reality. Number two, his belt was given by who? Obviously, when Terrence Crawford let the belts go, what happened? Belts landed in certain places and people picked them up. That's the reality, okay? So this whole idea, that's the reason why they were talking about him and his value. They didn't care that he had a belt because that was also the argument. They were like, no, Boots offered you this. This is the best you're going to get. You take the fight. Boots is way better. Boots is this, Boots is this, Boots is this. The bottom line is this. I'm agreeing with you guys on all your points, but I feel like it needs to be a little bit of balance. It's not always about, unfortunately, I would love it to be about us. It's not always about the fight fans, because when boxers give fight fans what they want and they lose, it's the same fight fans that destroy them. So at the end of the day, these fighters understand that it's a balance. It's prize fighting. The money also has to make sense. The fight, like, that's all I'm saying. It's not always about what we think when it comes to this, but I agree with you guys. Unfortunately, the only way that Keyshawn Davis can make this up is if his next fight, if he's even given one, supersedes and he finds the money that he was trying to get.
And he's not going to happen. That's very unlikely for him. But I'll say this: as far as the Brian Norman Jr. situation is concerned, no matter what anybody wants to say, once I have this thing here that you want, right? I got this thing that you want. No matter how I got it, somebody gave it to me. I found it on the street, on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's this? It's mine. It's mine, right?
Get him, Clay.
So at the end of the day, if you want this,
yes,
it makes me have leverage.
Correct.
Period. Right. So Brian Norman Jr. having that belt, however you feel about it. By the way, I feel like he whooped the shit out of Giovanni Santillan. I think he earned that belt. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But that being said, no matter what you think of me as a fighter before I had that belt, now that I have the belt, if this belt interests you, you will factor it in.
I agree.
Negotiate with me. So
I agree.
Brian Norman always had that in his pocket. So when he was negotiating with Boots, it was like, I don't have to do this with you. Somebody else will eventually give it to me because I have the belt.
I agree.
So the path to undisputed, the path to a unification, the path to something to something called greatness from somebody who doesn't have anything. So he was able to walk away, put that pressure on Boots, and if Boots said, man, I ain't doing that, he could be comfortable, like, cool, I'm gonna go fight Jin Sasaki in Japan and go knock this dude.
And he made as much money too over there, I think, right?
I agree.
He made as much.
I can see, guys. I agree.
He made as much or maybe as close as much. So it doesn't.
Right. It was right there.
Right. And then he ultimately ended up making more than
a lot
that
more.
To fight Devin. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
For $2 million to fight Devin, to go fight Boots, he made $3 million. So at the end of the day, it's just a different circumstance. And as far as the Kambosos comparison, I agree with you, right? That was an easy win for Devin. Devin wasn't going to let that slide. I don't need the money. I already know who this is. I know the pedigree he is.
Well, he got paid.
I'm going to beat this guy. He got paid, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, he wasn't going to allow politics. He wasn't going to allow Kambosos to be like, you're going to fight me over here. You're going to come back. And he wasn't going to allow that to turn into, man, you crazy, bro. That's ridiculous. That ain't fair to me. Nah, I'm coming to get that belt, bro. I'm going to leave my daddy in America if I have to. Whatever it takes, right? So Keyshawn, on the other hand, is clearly weighing out different things, right? He's weighing out
Correct.
what Brian Norman weighed out when it came time for him to fight Jerome Butenis, which was what his father was weighing out, which was, what if my son get knocked the fuck out? What he gonna get on the back end of that? Keyshawn, you cannot tell me that you wanting so much more money doesn't have to do with the risk involved with the fight.
Agreed.
And it just speaks to your confidence.
Agreed.
Because you swore you was going to put belt to ass on this dude. You told the world you was going to hit Debo with a brick over his head. You went and you did all types of antics, and you let money become the reason why this fight didn't happen. So good for you to know who you are, but your fans weren't aware that you was worried as you clearly are. And now that stain is there with the fan base where they realize he's not as confident.
I agree.
As he said he was.
100.
And that's why I was mad at Xander. Let me stop.
No, you can't be mad at Xander because Xander thought he had what he took. Xander thought he had. Guess who was another guy who thought that he was one of Keyshawn's contemporaries and Shakur's. He was 23 years old and he wanted to face the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. And Teofimo only fought him for $1.1 million at a gamble that he was going to whoop his ass. And guess what happened? He betted on himself because he was sure that he was going to get the damn job done.
Good point, HOD. I can see you guys. I can see you guys good.
Sean Black, can you hear us? Because I know you put in the back. You came out, Sean. I think you got a bad connection, man. Because everybody else can hear everybody. So, I mean, can you speak right now, Sean? Yeah, I'm gonna pull you down, bro. We can't hear you. So, but that being said, you know, what's next is what's going to be most interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin still needs to fight. That's just the truth, right? He needs a fight. He needs some activity. He's been clearly getting ready. He's been in camp punching heavy bags and doing mitt work with Mickey Bay. He's been looking great, by the way, looking strong. I've always been excited for this version of Devin. You know, there's some regret there for me as far as I feel like I kind of missed out on the Shakur fight a little bit. We'll see if he chooses to do that or not. But on the back end of the Brian Norman Jr. fight, I wanted to see Devin Haney continue to campaign at 147. I felt like I believe Mickey Bay when Mickey Bay came on the show and said, yo, this Devin is a different Devin at 147. I want to see 147 Devin. I'm ready for the welterweight Devin Haney era. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the 135. I've seen the 140. I want to see 147 season going into 154 season. I would like Devin Haney to look forward in his career and not backwards. In other words, don't look for those small guys who you didn't get a chance to fight anymore. Fuck them. If they want to fight you, they got to come up to where you're at. I want to see you focus on what's around you and what's in front of you, not what's behind you, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? I get it. Me and Shakur were supposed to fight, but you guys didn't. Me and Gervonta Tank Davis were supposed to fight, but you guys didn't. There's other fighters right now that's going to do even more for your legacy, like Boots, right? Like Boots, like anybody at 154 or anybody at 147. If you want to unify, fight T.O. Look to make that happen. Cheer T.O. on and hope T.O. beats Rolly like he's supposed to, so that you and him can have a unification big fight. I want Devin to no longer go through this. Stop negotiating with people who need rehydration clauses or need you to do catch weights or need you to put mandatories on you, come up from other weight class divisions. Fuck all that. Take this as a lesson. You already got burned once with Ryan Garcia when you allowed him to play games with you. You let him sit there and run antics and come in 3.5 pounds overweight and convince you to give up money to take money, and you cut the weight and look crazy with the raccoon eyes and walked in the ring and then got pieced all up, and then come to find out he had performance enhancement drugs in his system. Whatever it was a whole drama show for nothing, because the truth of the matter is you didn't need to fight him. You could have continued to campaign accordingly. Now you try to play the game with Keyshawn and Shakur, and that shit blew up in your face, and it turned out to waste your time. Take it for what it is. Move forward. Move forward and make the big fights that are there for you to make. Do not get caught up in these conversations again. Fight Liam Paro, wait for Teofimo Rowley, or go to 154 and challenge Boots, or whatever the hell else. I don't know. Be great like you've always aimed to be, but at the same time take ownership of the story. And the story is, if you play in shit, you're going to track flies. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the story. The name of this story is get out these conversations, bro. If these guys want to fight you, they got to come up to you. You got your deal with the zone now. You don't need to, you're not hungry for money like that no more. You know where your bread is buttered now. Make the big fights, man. That's it. Make the big fights. That's it.
Yo, I like what you just said about the whole catch weights, rehydration clauses. I mean, that's basically what Shakur is trying to get Devin to do. And you're right, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. You can go move to Riley and Teofimo. Whoever wins that bout, Liam Paro, go up to Boots, after you dominate the 147. You're right. I mean, them dudes, they not really fighting for greatness. Them dudes ain't chasing greatness. Shakur, Keyshawn, it's just a joke with them. I don't even know, man. I don't even know if they represent this sport, man. They don't act like gladiators. They all butt buddies and butt brothers or whatever. I don't even know what to call that. I've never even heard of that in this sport. I've always thought that, this is every man for theyself and everybody chasing greatness, and it's a dog eat dog sport, but I don't know what the hell to call it.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the money, the prize fighting side of this game, and shout out to Devin and Bill, because Bill and Devin have always fought hard to be independent, right? And because they fought hard to be independent, it's always been a machine against them. The machine of boxing's politics, right? It's always been against them because they're always coming in for what they came to get, and then they're ready to leave and move on to the next conversation. And promoters don't like that. The Eddie Hearns, the Bob Arams, the Oscar De La Hoyas, these I'm hearing an echo here. I don't know what's coming from, but these promoters want multiple fight deals. They want to do all these different things, and they've always had to fight this uphill battle. So, when it came down to the Shakur Stevenson situation, it was another opportunity for them to get a big payday via Zuffa, and they didn't want to come down to 144. They wanted to fight at 147, but because they're big-time prize fighters, Bill is always getting big chunks of money for Devin. They didn't want to get caught up in just fighting just to be fighting, so they conceded to the idea of, the big payday is at 144 for us right now because it's Shakur. It's not Keyshawn right now because Keyshawn, the zone deal wasn't in place at that point, and there was no offers really on the table for them to make any real big money with Keyshawn like that. So they went for the bigger money with Shakur. But now you got your deal with the zone. So it's over for that. You don't got to play those games anymore. If Shakur want to fight you, he got to come to 147 to fight you. Or if you feel like going to 144 and that's what you plan on doing, I'm here to watch it as well. But don't play too much. If the game becomes complicated and they're playing and they're asking for stipulations and they're saying you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to do that, bro, walk away from that.
Yeah,
walk away from that.
I respect that.
The fights that's around you, bro. Don't sit there and get caught up in the games, because when it ends like this, it's bittersweet, not just for you and your bank account, but it's bittersweet for the fans.
Yeah, I mean, historically, you go ahead.
I was just showing Clay in the private chat, Clay. I just was listening to a local state reporter from Virginia, I guess, for Keyshawn, and the sports reporter, they're playing this on the news, and he's saying that what he got word is that Keyshawn is going back to the table to see if they can negotiate a deal now, and to see if the WBO would accept it.
Hold on a second here. Let me pull it up. I got it right here. I see it. Let's see what he says there.
This is a local state reporter from Virginia, from my understanding.
The WBO welterweight championship. The developing boxing news this afternoon in regards to Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. After Top Rank won the purse bid for the scheduled fight between the two that would have been for the WBO welterweight world championship, the WBO making an official statement tonight that Davis has declined the purse and subsequently is not accepting the fight terms at this point in time. Top Rank's bid came in at $8.5 million. Haney, the champion, was set to receive 75% of that. Davis was going to earn just about $2.1 million. Now, this is a developing story, and I personally been told there's a chance that Keyshawn tries to renegotiate the financial terms of the fight and asks for more than 25% of the purse. If that's the case, the WBO would then determine if he would get it. But right now, he's declined the bid. So Davis, 15-0, coming off a unanimous decision over Nahir Albright at Scope, while Haney is a perfect 33-0 with 15 knockouts. Davis was sitting as the WBO's #1 welterweight contender. Developing.
Okay, so that is interesting because I'll tell you like this, right? This is what I'm going to say. If the WBO, and listen, the WBO may very well revisit this purse split, right? Mm-hmm. They may say, you know what? We want the fight to happen. We put in a lot of work in promoting this, and we moved a lot of things around. And at the end of the day, this is about a percentage of a big purse. This is $8.5 million that we get 3% of. That's money for us. How it splits up one way or the other doesn't make a big difference for us as long as that number doesn't change, as long as it stays 8.5. If they were to be like, yo, listen, we'll do a 70-30 split or something like that, you know, maybe Bill may take that. And Bill and Devin may take that off the strength of how far we gotten along, and let's just get this out the way. 5%, let's give 5% to Keyshawn and see if he grabs that and moves forward. And if it does work out that way, then, you know, the decision that Keyshawn Davis has made may age well. In other words, if the fight still happens on the back end of all this bullshit, if we still get a fight, then Keyshawn salvages his moves, right? Like Terrence Crawford did this very similar situation with Errol Spence, right? When he told Errol Spence, like, nah, bro, I want money, and if you ain't going to give me the money, I'm willing to walk away. Everybody flipped on Terrence Crawford. Like, yo, you bugging, man. But at the end of the day, when the fight ended up happening, he ended up getting his split, and then, you know what I'm saying? He ended up looking smart at the end. It was like, oh, damn, he bet on himself in that way, and it turned out well for him. So if there's still a conversation to be had, if it's not all said and done, if it hasn't been put to bed, and we may wake up tomorrow or maybe Monday morning and come to find out that this negotiation hits another level that ends up delivering a fight to us as fans, then it may age more like wine than milk.
I didn't take it that way. What I took is that maybe they're going to go, look, man, I was offered more before the purse bid. So if Top Rank is still willing to pay me that more, can I just present, we just present that deal to the WBO, and we're just going to accept this. That's it. I don't think they're going to change the percentages. I think what it is that, hey, I was already offered more by the same people. Why would I take even less? So if they're willing to give me the $3 million that they said before, let me get that, and let's make this fight happen. Because the WBO is gonna still get they're capped out at, you know, the 3% is capped out at $250,000 anyway. So regardless of the fact, you know, so I think the way I took it from is that I think that they'll go back to the table. So you're gonna take the $3 million now? All right. Don't you have, you know, Bob Evans gonna give him a little nugget on the head of Keyshawn Davis. Don't you ever go against me? You know what I mean? And then and then here's your $3 million, and here's whatever, and let's get this fight going. I'm hoping that happens. I mean, let me. I wanted to see the fight. I want to see the fight, but I want it to be, as you know, we got to play by the rules and how the things are supposed to be. But I'm hoping that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the best case scenario for us. That's the best case scenario for us who want to see a fight. I know some people just would. I know there's people in the chat that would just rather this fight not happen and Keyshawn just walk away with the duck cap and be the duck, and they just want to see Devin go do something else. But, you know, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Devin and Bill Haney are in the business of making money. They're not in the business of being right. They don't care about being right as much as making money. So at the end of the day, if there's a way to salvage this to where they can make a good amount of money rather than putting in the work of finding another fighter to negotiate with, and you know what I'm saying, and go through this all over again, they may close it out and make it happen.
Bill said it himself that they're making less money on this first bid than the rather. So there's no back end money like we were thinking for them. He said it on the TBV. Because Dan Raphael was telling him, oh yeah, they asked him what Dan Raphael said. Oh, if you're gonna, you know, that they're gonna make up the gap of what you're not gonna make, and like, no, I'm making less money. He's making less money with the purse bid than the rather. So he would prefer to whatever that negotiated deal was that they were gonna get. So if that gets back on the table, maybe they could salvage this fight. But then it'll be up to the WBO if they accept it post the purse bid and everything. It'll be kind of unprecedented, I think, if they do that. But I mean,
Yeah.
I hope they can salvage him, and I think they'll do anything for the benefit of the fighters.
Yeah. CJ from that says Keyshawn withdrew his mandatory status. It's done. Yeah, it's done as far as him being a mandatory. In other words, Devin doesn't have to fight him no more. So that gets pulled off the table, right? In other words, there's no more pressure on Devin to fight Keyshawn. But if Devin wants to fight Keyshawn, the conversation is still available to have unless he has another fight lined up, right? So there's no more forcing Devin Haney's hand anymore. That part of the conversation has been pulled off the table. But the fight is still a fight if Devin and Bill are willing to still negotiate in the spirit of making a fight. That's up to them. It's completely in their pocket, right? That's up to them to do what they feel like doing. But I agree with you that the actual mandatory, the WBO's position as far as applying pressure and forcing Devin Haney to fight Keyshawn next, that's been, as Gustavo Olivieri would say, been dispatched, right? They're in compliance now. There's no more mandatory on them as far as Keyshawn Davis is concerned. On to the next one if they want to move on to the next one.
Right. We'll see, man. We'll see. Hopefully they salvage it. You know, one thing I do firsthand that Bill Haney, Devin, and Keyshawn, they're quiet for the last few hours. You know what I mean? So that normally means something, I think, to me. But
yeah, no doubt. It is what it is, guys. It's about that time for me. I got to get up early. I appreciate all you guys, man. Great build, man. Tomorrow night, we are covering the fights. You already know that live commentary is going down for the Lamont Roach Williams Zepeda card. That card is an important card in a conversation of Shakur Stevenson, I believe. He's Zuffa, Dana, Shakur got to be looking close at that card. Looking at Raymond Morataya, looking at Lamont Roach. If these guys can both pull it off, that might answer the questions for Shakur and might answer the questions for Dana White and Zuffa Boxing. As we all know, Shakur seems to still be looking for an opponent, and Zuffa's still looking for somebody to put in the ring with him. And those guys right there is fighters that Shakur said he's had interested in fighting, as well as fighters at 140. So let's see what ends up happening with this. Let's see how it ends up developing. I like the news that just came out here that we just watched here in the spirit of making a fight. I know a lot of you guys don't like the idea of more negotiating happening, and maybe Keyshawn might get his $3 million instead of that 2.1, whatever it might be. But if it ends up in turning into a fight, that's a win for us. I'll take that every day of the week.
Absolutely.
Salute.
Yes, sir. Somebody was saying something. Oh, somebody said salute. Okay, that was Triple Ford. Prince Steve, salute to you, Prince Steve. I know you were having some connection issues, but are you good?
Oh yeah, I'm good, man. Appreciate you letting me get on the platform, man.
No doubt. Appreciate you coming up, man. Thank you. Everybody in the building, please hit that like button if you haven't done it. Hit the like button. There was over 200 people in here at one point. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you for helping the channel grow. Shout out to all the super chats that came in the building. If you have not subscribed to this channel, take a moment to go ahead and do that as well. This is how we do this all the time. I think anybody on the panel will co-sign that and let you guys know that this is the type of conversations we're having. We try to keep it at a high level, very respectful, and have some good perspective on boxing. Not to mention, tomorrow we'll be covering the fight. So check us out there. That's probably where this channel shines its best. It's probably
we appreciate you tuning on a pop-up emergency Friday night. I think us boxing heads, we all needed this therapy.
HLD, by the way, HLD. I woke up to HLD like, boy, you be awake. What you doing? You need to go on pop-up, boy. Don't you know what's going on? Man, boy, I can't do this for you, brother. You got to want it for yourself now.
we needed this therapy session, man. Hey, ask White Mike, man. He needed this therapy session too, man.
I'm not White Mike. I'm trying to tell you, I am not White Mike. I don't know why people say that.
Hey, he responded to it now, mate. He responded to it.
I'm not White Mike. I know who White Mike is. He come on the hangout spot. He be on the hangout spot. Yeah.
But hey, man, I appreciate everything you do, Clay, man. Great show, man. Everybody hit that like, hit the subscribe. Don't get it twisted.
Great show, Clay. Great show. Great show.
I'm gonna end it the right way though. Hold on. I'm gonna end it the way I came in. You heard? Hold on a second here. Let's go. All righty.
Is there music to this?